sailing in the sky. Just blow some gauge, I'm on a rampage, Jack. I'm mellow, I'm so high and so dry. I'm way up in the sky. The world seems light and I'm so right, Jack. I'm mellow. I'm gonna put my nickel in a slot machine and play my solid cinder. I'm gonna scratch, peck, Susie Q, cause I'm on a bender. I'm so high and so dry. I'm sailing in the sky. I got my roach around, I can't come down. Jack, I'm mellow.
Yeah. What's going on? You already know. We in the MELLO-ROOM right now.
Yo, what's up?
Episode 3. It's Big Lucas. What's up going on? You got Big Ooze with us.
It's Ooze, Doubt I Lose. You already know we in the building.
And of course, like always, you got Ray Engineering.
Yep, we got Ray back there. What's going on with you, Ray?
I'm over here with a sick case of heartburn.
I mean, you sound much better, you know, as far as with the mic situation. Say what's up to the people, because I don't think they get
I know they sometimes don't get you here this
Oh,
clear.
man, I'm sure y'all can hear me this time. Hopefully you can hear me.
They definitely can.
They definitely gonna hear me once this alcohol starts kicking in.
Oh, shit.
It's fucking raining outside and shit, all shitty and
It's
shit.
actually sunny now.
It's sunny now?
Now it's fucking sunny.
Fucking Florida,
Classic
bro.
Florida for you. Classic
For
Florida.
real.
No, but it rained. Well, it started probably raining at 4 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday and rained until 2:30. So
Actually, hold on, man. Actually, that's real interesting because I just caught something. We actually just gave out that's Florida weather.
Right.
I don't think we've ever mentioned where we are broadcasting from or whatever we're
Well, we
doing.
broadcast technically from Central Florida.
yeah.
So we got to start letting the people know that because at the end of the day, we got a lot of things coming up. It's a lot of new festivities and things going on with the podcast in general.
Yeah.
That we're all going to have entail for local artists or even out-of-town artists that come into the city and are displaying their art in whatever way, shape, or form you're doing it.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, that was actually cool that you we threw it out there. You know,
Yeah.
Florida.
Just to let you know, if I've never mentioned it in any recent podcast, we do broadcast out of Central Florida. We are in the Orlando, Kissimmee area.
The Orlando
I'm not gonna
greater-
pinpoint it until you email me, and then I'll send you where we're at. But other than that, like Ooh said, if you out of town, you come by, you want to jump on the podcast, promote what you're doing, an event that you going to, or somewhere you perform, or any shit like that, you know, you feel no pressure to come holla at us because we broadcast this shit all over the place.
Yeah, if R. Kelly wants to come in and promote his Germany tour, which he sold out.
I don't know, man. I don't know if we can bring R. Kelly in
Shit
here,
is
bro.
crazy. Yo, it's real bugged out, man. That's like really, it's something, yo. You could really see, like, I don't know, man. I guess we're in the stage of people turning the other cheek and just, you know, certain things could fly, you know.
The concert became so popular and it sold out so fast that they moved the venue to a bigger venue.
Yeah.
Yo, you know how they say any publicity, I mean, what is it?
Oh,
There's
any
no such thing
publicity
as there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Bad publicity.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
So, like, you know, I guess that's a fucking big. There goes. That's an answer for you right there.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, it's just I'm like, damn, he in Germany now doing the 1-2. You know what I'm saying? And then you see,
they don't know what's going on.
Well, you seen when he was in Ethiopia asking if they had their green cards and all that other shit that he could bring them back to America and. Yeah, you ain't see that shit?
Nah,
oh
man.
I'm definitely gonna find that.
I thought he would have been laying low on something like
shit is
like I'm out there right now. Let me not fucking say nothing else.
Lucas, that shit is classic. You gotta see that shit. Like,
yo, that's crazy.
He's asking them if they got they. What is he? He asking them. You ain't see that shit, Ray?
No, not at all.
It's like he's singing to the crowd and he's like, "Do you have your shots? Like, you got your green card.
Oh wait, is that the 9-minute
song?
song?
Wanna come to America? Like, yo, the shit is bugged out. The shit is crazy.
Yo, is that 9-minute song?
Nah, it wasn't a song. It was like, you know how in between songs when they performing on stage or whatever,
It's like ad-libbing.
and the band will just start playing and sound like elevator music for a minute or some shit.
An interlude.
Yeah, interluding, you know what I mean? And basically, he just started singing to the crowd, and he was like in Ethiopia, Indonesia somewhere. Some
And
crazy
what made
shit.
him think that it was okay okay to say that?
My nigga, he was recruiting.
The fact that he keeps getting away with this shit.
Recruiting, that's what he was doing.
That's what he was saying. The American girls caught on. He said, "Do you want to come to America?"
You see, he wasn't trying to catch nothing though, because he was asking if they had their shots.
You think he'll be in the remake of Coming to America?
What, a remake?
Yeah, they're gonna.
That'd be dope.
It's gonna be with Eddie Murphy and everything.
They already decided it?
I think so. Yeah.
I heard it was in talks. I heard that before when they were talking about the whole Bad Boy 3 shit. And that actually went underway too in filming.
Bad Boy 3?
Yeah, so that's going to be coming soon.
Man, that means this summer there's going to be some decent movies.
I don't know if
man.
it'll be the summer or maybe later.
Probably
later
next
in the year, probably next year. You know what I'm saying?
I'd like to see some 48 Hours action.
48 hours?
Yeah, but
you asking
would,
too much?
I mean,
didn't we talk about this before?
I think we had a private discussion about this.
Who
I don't
48
think it was.
hours?
Yeah, we didn't record this.
I don't think. It was,
I know that. I'm just saying
like
between us two, we talked about it before.
Yeah, it's something we probably discussed. One of them high nights, you already know.
I said, oh no, wait. Who did I pick Kevin Hart to do? And what movie was it? Was only one movie he could be in.
Beverly Hills Cops.
Yeah. That was. And that was actually, we were like, I think we agreed that was a good fit that night.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, hey, man, there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, and that's what we here doing. We just chopping it up, dissecting it frame by frame from our point of view. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. MELLO-ROOM, man. You know, we getting a little mellow here, so that's probably why it's probably moving a little slow.
Yeah, we getting ourselves situated and still getting in zone.
What was I gonna say? Ray, man, you been working hard all week, man.
Yeah, I actually dropped the drink video.
You just finally dropped the goddamn drink video.
Dropped the drink video.
I would see we gotta get like a bomb for that or something, because that's like groundbreaking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it was brought to you by my sponsor. You know, thankfully, shout out to them, my sponsor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dropped the drink video, and it was for the people who are freezing up north. You know, I made a drink to warm people up.
What was it called?
It was called Dragon's Breath.
Dragon's Breath.
That sounds like some shit to burn you.
It's a bomber. You know when you drop the shot in the drink and you chug it.
Yeah.
So it's a bomber drink. But what is it made of? What's the ingredient?
It's dragons. It is Dragon's Milk Stout out of Michigan,
right?
With Fireball.
Okay.
Yeah, so you drop
that Dragon's Milk Stout. That's like what, a dark beer, like a Guinness or some shit like that.
Yeah. It's a dark beer. Yep.
It's a stout.
Okay, yeah, it's a stout.
And it's really good. So shout out to those people out there in Michigan who make good beer.
That's what's up, man. That's
cool.
What's up.
So that's what
was it a good tasting drink though?
It was good despite the fact that I fucking hate Fireball.
Let me ask: did you concoct that yourself, or is it something you read? All right,
I came up with that.
That's what's up.
I wanted to use Jack Daniel's Fire.
Jack Daniel's what?
Jack Daniel's Fire.
Okay.
But it was like I didn't need that much.
Do you think if you had chose the Jack Daniel's over the Fireball, it would have made a difference?
Oh yeah, it tastes a hell of a lot better.
You know, quality.
The quality is.
I think that's the next. I think you need to improve on that drink before you solidify it.
Yeah, but it's still gonna have that.
I haven't tasted it yet.
Dragon's Breath.
So how you talking about the improvements? He said, "Yeah, I ain't tasted it yet, but you know we can sharpen it up here. We can use this. That's a better brand, you know."
Well, that's why I asked, because you know he had to use Fireball in a budget.
So I just want to shout out,
real alcoholic
fuck Fireball.
connoisseur shit. Yeah, he said, "I know my liquor. I ain't got to drink it. I know what it tastes like. I got you."
I knew what I wanted, and I knew what I was aiming for. So basically, you could just use any type of cinnamon liqueur, but if you want it to taste good, just go ahead with or taste better, because it didn't taste bad.
Listen, come down to Studio 1025, and we'll have Ray make you the special drinks on Wet Floor Podcast.
Boom.
Yeah, see.
Big O's, you been busy working and shit, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, the work field is always busy. It's a lot going on, so that keeps me very, very busy at times.
Yeah.
Sometimes I ain't even got time for myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, man, just kept it light, man. Kept it highly entertained with all that's going on this week.
Nothing interesting happened this week?
As far as with what? Because
like yourself, or like a funny story, or like you ran into some dude.
Nah, I mean, you want to know the funny thing that I recognized, like, yesterday, right? Yeah, it's crazy, because yesterday I did, like, the whole Disney thing, you know what I'm saying, with just tight fam and shit.
Right.
You know, it was actually the first time my mom's ever went to Disney.
Word?
Yeah, so that's what made it, like, crazy special. That's probably the only reason why I went, too, you know what I'm saying?
She went for the babies, too.
Yeah, I went for the kids,
too. Not even her own baby. She went for the little baby. babies.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was, you know, for
she
her
went on to get on the
grandkids.
teacups and shit. That she was on the circus.
Yeah, you know, it was for her grandkids, but you know, it was something because I'm watching, like, you know, I'm an observer. I always watch my surroundings and everything around me. So, you know, I'm sitting there chilling, and I'm like, it's crazy. Like, music is so influential. It's like it's mind blowing. Especially the kids. It's like it's mind blowing, and it's like it's funny because when you like, you know, when you give kids that moment when you next to them and you around them and you paying attention but you not paying attention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you catch some of the shit they be talking about.
Yep.
It blow you away. Like yesterday, I'm chilling, right? So, you know, I got my two nieces with me, and they in like the double stroller. They doing their thing. I'm pushing them around or whatever. So while I'm pushing them around and I'm playing around on the cart, doing willies for them or whatever, I hear them getting into they one too. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they start talking about music. Like my niece, she starts singing a song.
Yeah.
So the song she's singing, my other niece, she like, oh, that's cool. I like that song. But then she grabbed my niece by the face and she was like, listen. And they got like real personal. I guess the grab of the face was like to stop everything. You know what I'm saying?
Because she's a dramatic one.
Yeah, it got everything.
Dramatic one.
It stopped everything. And she was like, look, I know that song, but what's the name of the song where it be like, I'm a dog nigga? But she didn't say, you know, she didn't say the words. She gave the direct, like, the harmonized and the rhythm of the enunciation. She gave the perfect melody of it. And, you know, it's the Rolly, not a stopwatch joint, the Drake joint.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at her, I'm like, I ain't want to put her on blast yet because I wanted to see how far she was going to go with it. And my other niece was like, oh, I know the song too, but I don't know like the exact words. And they both sitting there like, I'm a dog nigga, something wrong with them. I'm like, yo, look at these two. That's when I had to like cut it because I was like, I'm about to hear nigga come out of one of these little 3-year-old girls' mouth. So I'm like, yo, what y'all over there singing? You know what I'm saying? And they was just like, stop, froze. You know what I'm saying? But it tore me up so much, yo. I was just sitting there dying laughing.
You know
I had
what's
to let my
crazy about
know.
that scenario is that even though they don't know what they were saying, they know
do
that
know
they
what
can't say it.
Yeah, that
they
too.
know they can't say it because when you say, yo, what you saying? They didn't be like, oh, we were saying.
Yeah.
They were like, huh?
Yeah, they kind of like just crickets. You know what I'm saying?
Which is even more remarkable to me because we don't teach them as that young that, look, you can't say the F word, N word, this and that. We say it, they might pick it up, they might hear it, but we never tell them, yo, you can't say that. But they know instinctually that they can't say that shit out loud.
Yeah, and it's bugged out too, because even with like my brother, because it was my brother's, it was actually one of my niece's birthdays, and my brother, one of my youngest brothers, it was one of his birthdays too, so it was kind of a lot of specialness going on with the whole trip.
There's a big family out there too.
Yeah, it was a whole lot going on, but it was cool, you know what I'm saying, and actually that brother that we went out there for, he's so young, but it's like when I listen to what he listened to and what he gravitates to, it's like the dude so old, soul is old, it's crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he'll listen to Cube, he listen to you know,
like to hear the words and what people
the power of the word. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a big Nas fan and he only like 15. You know what I'm saying? He just turned 15.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Man. That means he's a good thinker. You know, he uses his mind to think more than just to react.
Yeah.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest boy out of all my siblings. I got an older sister. Shout out to my older sister, Mishi, one time. What's up?
Yeah, big guy. Shout out to her. I never met her, but
you know. But nah, other than that, I mean, everything was cool. It was a good time. You know what I'm saying? That was a crazy moment, you know what I mean? And like I said, it was just a bunch of those bugged out moments yesterday because I was seeing so many kids. Being around
little ones, especially, I got two. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm like, I know. That's why I'm like related to you because, I got the studio here in the crib. So my kids is always reacting to things that I play. Like, you know me, I cycle through a lot of beats, right? And I notice the beats that I like and they like, that's the ones I gotta use.
I feel you.
Because
definitely.
If it intrigues a child's mind, then imagine how easily I could grab these motherfuckers' minds with just the beat alone.
Yeah, and I mean that, and on top of that, just imagine how much of the other youth is gonna gravitate to it as well.
Yeah, and I just realized, like, watching them, that they're actually really good critics.
Yo, you want to know?
Without being critics, like, you know?
You know something? I think that's like the biggest untold secret.
Like, yeah, but I feel like don't tell nobody,
Of,
you know, right?
of music. Wait, I'm saying just of like we might be uncovering some shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I do though. I think that's like the biggest untold secret, you know, between music and just popular and what pops. You know what I'm saying?
Like if we're gonna go on the basis of like how music is now, a lot more of the beat and not a lot of people listening to the words.
Yeah,
it's like perfect for the kids. Because they're trying to listen to the words, they don't know what it means, though.
Well, I mean,
because they're mumbling.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not talking about that music alone. I'm talking about any music. If the beat catches them, like the kid, it just has to be like the drum or the horn or something. Like for my son, I could play 100 beats and probably only one of them I'll see him dance to, like really dance to, the one he gravitate to.
It'd probably be an instrument thing because I think all of us had like a favorite instrument when we were younger.
That's true.
I must suck because every time I play some of my music for my son, he's just like, it's okay.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing.
Your son's out of the realm in which I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's a teenager now.
Yeah, your son, it's like a...
he may be more like my little brother,
it's
too,
like
just on a mental level, you know what I mean?
It's like from an age to like 1 to about 8, 7, 8.
Yeah, I would say so because, you know, I mean, and it's just like, I mean, all of us here, we all do music, you know what I mean? And I'm sure all of us here, you've done it in front of, or you worked on it or practiced it in front of your young ones around you, you know what I'm saying? So... that is like one of the biggest untold secrets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like you want to get a panel of fucking children.
Yeah, you're gonna have like a table of kids in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Playing your next listening
maybe
party.
That's what R. Kelly's been doing.
Oh shit, bro! Were you back at that again? He taking some serious shots at him this week, man. What he do to you this week, Ray? What happened, man?
No, man. I just seen that he popped back up on my news feed, and I was just
okay. So it's like, all right, you just gonna light him up again.
It was easy prey.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. You're gonna see a lot more of that coming because that's just more shit unfolding. With that,
of course, they're gonna attack that man until he give up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the whole background. I ain't got nothing to do with the background of it, but
until those women get him in jail. Until those women get him in jail, they're gonna fucking attack that man.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't like to be biased to any side of any discussion. And you know I gotta say on one side, the women do have a choice to leave. It's not like he's forcing them there like by gunpoint, like.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, we like we said when we dissected the whole situation before, you know, star power is star power, you know what I mean? And
I was going to say, let's not try and get too...
people,
I don't want to talk about
yeah, let's not go back to that, to what we was talking about.
I just wanted to shoot a fucking cheap shot at him again.
I know, we've set that shit up.
It's just, you know, you're setting up dialogue on him, right? You're giving him a little too much.
Yeah, so, I mean, Uzi had an interesting weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's all around interesting, man. I look at it this way, man. I always say, like, for me personally, I be on my 80-20 shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't really pay attention to too much shit or take it too hard because at the end of the day, majority of the shit that goes on around you is bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
of course, man. Unless it's going on and it personally affects you. And
you know what I'm saying?
You can't really fucking dwell on that
But
shit.
It was crazy because yesterday was one of them days where, like, it was reverse of the 80-20, you know what I'm saying? Because everything around me was something that needed my attention, especially my nieces and nephew, you know what I mean? And they were out there, my nephew, he was out there just tearing shit up. I don't know, he might get banned from Disney. I don't know how that works out or what's going to go down, but the kid was all over the place. He was just tearing shit up.
Yeah, I'm scared to take my sons in places like that. That nigga be in places we're not supposed to go and shit. Like, Daddy, look, I'm like,
crazy as shit.
I'm like, come out of there, man, come out of there.
I know, and it was bugged out because it was like the nigga, when he see Mickey, it's like he just, the whole shit stops. All the bad shit stops, everything stops, and he's just like you can hear the background music and all that, just, like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, yo, this is crazy. You got to carry Mickey around everywhere. He'd be the perfect child.
Yeah, for real, yeah.
Word up. But
my son is into Mickey too. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, but he like Goofy. Goofy, he like the Goofy shit. He be laughing and shit.
I was in there bugging out, you know me. You gonna see it, man. I'm gonna throw some photos up, man. You know, I bugged out, had my little photo shoot with all the hats and different. You know, I had to put my spin to the trip. You know what I mean? So we had a good time.
That's what's up, man. Shit, I've been in here all fucking week, man.
Yo, one question: did you steal any quarters from the little wells, the little wishing wells they got around?
Nah, I ain't steal nothing. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. That's not my wave. I don't really get down like that. But
is it really stealing? It's free money. It's just kind of sitting there in the fountain and shit.
I mean, even if
it's for people's wishes, man.
I guess it's more how you put the question. Away. You know, you said, did you steal? You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna front. I got some kleptos around me, and they be getting busy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how one of them popped up with a set of ears. Where the ears came from, I don't know. But you know, it was a part of the trip.
It was part of somebody's wish. Somebody threw a quarter and it was like, I hope somebody gets some ears.
Yeah, they got some ears. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it works.
But it made fun for the trip, man. Thank God we didn't get caught up at Disney. I'm sorry. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you need it, holler at me and get it back to you. It ain't a problem, whatever. You know, but we had fun though, man. It was a good time, man.
I haven't been to Disney in a while, boy. I went to Disneyland, like 2 years ago? Over in California. That shit was pretty cool, but it's not like Disney World here in Florida.
Is it much smaller?
Yeah. It's smaller. I tell you what, it's smaller. Yeah, definitely smaller, and it don't have as much. Like
I'm saying that
they got like
that too. Let me just clarify that.
That's how you know it's smaller. One's called Land, the other one's called World.
I mean, yeah, that's
obvious.
That's obvious. But I'm saying it like that because actually somebody that went to both was just like yesterday. Actually, you know, he told me like, yo, Disneyland is so much smaller.
Yo, I was explaining to you like Disneyland, like compared to Disney World, you got Disney World Park, right? Like that's just the whole world down here. See, Disneyland and over there is probably like a section of Disney World. Okay. But you also have on the other side, you also have Marvel World, I think it was called, or some shit. Okay. Which is also part of the park, but it's separate entrances. So it's a different park. But it's like, that's how small it is, actually. That shit would fit in Disney World. Okay, like the two separate parks. But they got everything as far as like restaurants and like stores and shit that you would have over here. They have that shit. The one thing I noticed that was cooler, I think, was like the makeup on the actual characters was so much more realer.
Well, yeah, in Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so like the makeup on the princesses, they made them look like the cartoon characters in real life. You get what I'm saying? With the makeup on their face. They didn't look like humans with makeup on. They looked like the cartoon characters.
I feel you.
Yeah, the last time I went to Disney has to probably been about 15, 16 years ago. And I went to Epcot and I popped for ecstasy and shit. So
that sounds 15, like a fucking,
16 years ago.
That sounds like a rave.
Like 2003.
I wish I would have went with you then back then.
Yo, it was dope to go see fucking like the you know, what is it, the House of the Future and all that other crazy stuff, all just bugging out on ecstasy.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Yo, they don't even. I don't even be honest with you. Did they have that shit in Disneyland?
What?
Future World.
Yeah, Future. That's what it was called, right?
Well, I mean, Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland.
Yeah, I'm talking about Disneyland. I'm talking about over in California.
Okay.
I don't even remember if they have that.
No, I think the Epcot thing was it was supposed to be called the Land of Tomorrow or some shit.
Nigga, the last time I went to Tomorrowland, I was 12 years old. So that shit was really Tomorrowland for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
now
saying?
It's yesterday's world.
Yeah, but I've been to Disney World after that.
It's funny because when I first went as a kid in the 90s, they were talking about, well, after the year 2000, you're going to have this, and had all this crazy shit. And then I actually went like in the 2000s, and I was
like, what the fuck were they talking about?
And I'm just kind of looking like, damn, they fucking missed the key on all this shit.
Yeah, nah, definitely. That shit is crazy. But nah, I mean, it's it was a good time yesterday. It was something to do. Definitely something to do for the weekend. You know what I mean?
Cool. Like I say, my week was full of being in here.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm sure it was a lot going on in here. But
I was telling you earlier, man,
you came a mighty long way in here.
Yo,
so
son, I was working on some beats and everything. I want to hit. Yo, you gonna listen to them shits later?
Yeah, we
see
definitely.
What's up with them?
We gotta start displaying shit on the show too, giving people snips of what they got in store for.
Brings me up to a point I did want to bring up. I didn't know when I want to bring it up, but you just kind of brought it in.
Segue, right? That's like a perfect alley-oop. You like that shit?
Yeah,
dunk it, nigga. Dunk it.
I'm about to
jam the ball.
I'm about to. I'm like on the movie. What's it called?
Yeah.
When he was like, "What did he just do? Like he just floated and made a basket."
Yeah, man.
What movie is that called? Semi-Pro.
But
you ever seen that shit?
I have.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, yo, you made me forget where I was going.
You was going into how we just talking about the artists and art.
Oh, okay, yeah. So what I want to do is I'm trying to extend an invitation to people.
Yeah.
Whoever listens, I don't know where this reaches right now. Whoever's listening, if you want to promote your music on our show, man, I'm more than welcome to play it for you. Especially
definitely.
if you're out of town, So I'm going to shout out the email at the end of the show and everything. You guys take that down. You can send me any type
Go ahead and just say it right now, too. You can say
I
it
want
twice.
them to listen to the podcast first. Yeah.
And I mean, not even just
you
that.
Have to listen to it first before you get the email.
Not even just, not even just music, you know what I'm saying? All forms.
If
everything we got, all of us here have an Instagram, you know what I'm saying? All of us here have different outlets on the media lineup, you know what I mean? So anything that you doing and you promoting yourself, if you need, you want the help, you know what I'm saying?
We can help. Push, man, behind it. That's what we're here for.
Same way we want y'all to promote the word on 1025, Studio 1025. We want y'all to promote the word on MELLO-ROOM, Wet Floor, you know what I mean? So it's just helping out. We want to help out, and hopefully you guys want to help out as well. A strong independent scene could be a very powerful scene.
Yes,
it could reverse
especially
the whole.
If we all working together.
The whole trade of the game. You feel me?
That's what's the important part is that we all doing it together.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what MELLO-ROOM totally promotes, and that's what I want to do. I want to extend that invitation to more artists out here, so we can all help each other get big.
Definitely.
Fuck these big corporations and shit that don't want to let you be an artist, or you can't make a career out of it because everybody just want to do what they love, and then at least pay the rent and shit.
I mean, and even with it, I'm not gonna shut the big corporation down, but I will say this about it. We want to get it to the point where they give us control. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to give a person a good salary and say, hey, man, you do your thing, but you could do this, that, and the third, and you want to continue. It's another thing to just open the doors and let them create.
Yeah.
Because all you're going to exceed from it is wealth anyway.
I mean, as much as we are worried about the check, we're not worried about how much check you making. We just want you to do your craft.
Yeah, so for a lot of us, it is about the love, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely about the love for me. That's why I do this shit.
Yeah, man.
I could be doing many other things. You know me.
I mean, I know what I do, you know what I'm saying? I could be a lot deeper in the field, but you know what I mean? As far as with me and with what I'm doing, I love this shit. So that's why I'm here with it.
That's cool, man. Yeah, Ray been quiet over there.
I know,
man.
Ray. What up, man? Where you at?
Man, I got fucking heartburn over here. I'm hungry.
Cause you drinking that Kool-Aid. What you got? What
you got? Drink some milk or something.
Nah,
what is that? What's that in there?
Oh, this is a little drink that you and I concocted.
This is for what?
And you got heartburn. So you got heartburn and you drinking some shit that's gonna burn you more.
Yeah. Because,
what is the drink? What is the drink though?
The drink is, I figured we would call it 5 Roses, right?
That shit tastes like cough medicine, bro.
Nigga said 5 Roses.
Hey, okay, so actually, I didn't come up with this. He did.
You might as well
they kind of flip it on me. I told you to get the Tangeray Sapphire,
he felt
bro.
the pressure. He swung that shit real quick. He said, I actually didn't come up with this. But he did.
No, but I'm going to be completely honest.
I told you to get the Tangeray Sapphire
I'm starting
and
to
make
think,
a Sapphire Rose. Wouldn't that have been a dope drink name? Sapphire Rose?
I'm starting to think that there's nothing really we can mix with this.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Something you got it straight out, right?
Yeah, it's not bad as a chaser. I like drinking whatever the hell it is.
No, he's talking about the rose.
Yeah, dropping. So what this is 4 Roses bourbon with
and we added the 5th rose,
and which is the fuck is it?
Apple Orchard.
Yeah, Angry Orchard rosé.
Yeah.
Why are you doing the big combination of like liquor and beers here?
I don't know. Ask this gentleman. He's been wanting to try it for like 2 weeks now. So I was like,
yeah, I want to try the other one.
I was just catching it interesting because everything I'm hearing is having a liquor and a beer like to it. You know,
because you know it kind of gets things started quickly.
Yeah. When you get a little mixture of the fermentations of each alcohol, man, it should kind of helps a little bit.
Yeah, but that's a quick boost to start off. I always heard like
his bomber drink.
I'm trying to remember how that went.
Like his bomber drink.
I'm sure you know it, Ray, because you got your connoisseur pass over there.
What's that?
It's the how the saying went. Beer before liquor makes
Never
you
been sicker.
Liquor before beer, have no fear.
Yeah, you're in the clear. It was different everywhere, I guess.
They were actually saying, hey, buddy, what's going on?
I told you to get rid of him.
I told you to get rid of him. He chilling. He won't be involved. Get him a headset.
He ain't going to leave the ceiling.
You know what I'm saying?
They were actually a study. A study came up a few days ago. It popped up on my phone because I get all that alcohol news and shit. That said that none of that shit really fucking means anything. You're just ingesting fucking alcohol regardless, so it really doesn't matter. I've never felt any difference if I'm sicker or more fucked up, or if anything, if I'm drinking one before the other. But I will tell you this. If you drink alcohol, just straight up alcohol, it takes your body longer to process that straight liquor than it does beer. The carbonation in beer actually helps open your stomach up.
That's why once you pop the seal, you can't stop pissing.
Well, no, I'm talking in terms of alcohol. Your stomach absorbs alcohol faster with anything with carbonation. Yeah. So that's why if you take a shot and then you drink a beer to follow it, you'd be like, oh, shit, I'm fucked up. If you just took the shot and you just didn't do anything, it would take, a couple of minutes for that shit to kick in. But you could drink...
I always used to follow that rule growing up, but I come to learn, yeah, like you said, it don't fucking matter. You just ingesting alcohol. It's just on what you could take. It's all fucking ethanol. It's all the same. Your body processes. It's just on what you can take. But when I was younger, I used to mix alcohols. Like I used to not drink alcohol as it was mixed, and I would drink Hennessy and Grey Goose. No, I'm sorry, Belvedere. That was my drink, yo.
That sounds fucking disgusting,
bro. It was, but it used to get you like you said, like 2 sips, nigga. You already like, ooh, I'm gone.
See, I find that's like crazy, man. But
I don't do that shit no more.
Yeah, I used to get busy like that, but I couldn't take it now. Now that shit gonna put me under.
Yeah, that's definitely
that's a young man system, boy.
That's something you do in high school and shit. Yeah. In the middle of a pep rally and shit.
Oh no, that's definitely biology. I mean chemistry. It would be chemistry 101.
But we could definitely jump into more of those conversations on my joint.
That's cool.
Yeah. That'll be we'll leave those for wet floor because those are the
drunk stories. Y'all
those are the ones
you can hear the drunk stories.
Yeah, we got drunk stories. We got shit. All types of stuff.
It's a good show, man. I like Wet Floor. It's just this nigga gotta post it for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm dropping 2. I gotta drop these 2 episodes today, regardless of what happens. So
all right, cool.
Okay, so yeah, you guys can look forward, and he said it. It came out of his mouth. So be on the lookout for it because he said he's posting.
We gotta push this nigga.
Yeah, we're gonna push him. He just put it out there for the people to hear. So. Yeah. You wrote a check, hopefully you cash it.
Yeah, your word is born now.
Yeah,
so other than that, man, everybody's good, right? Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, other than
that episode, nigga.
I know we don't talk about politics, and I know that's like the forbidden law. I don't want to go into politics. I don't want to go into politics. I just want to ask, did y'all see any of the State of the Union shit?
Nah, I didn't get to catch it. And I didn't get to catch it.
Fucking hilarious.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. That's why I said it.
All I know is they kept interrupting him. All I know is they kept
funny.
Interrupting him with applause. Right?
My G, that shit was it was the funniest shit I think I ever seen. I only after the whole shit, I only really walked away with 2 things.
Yeah.
And that's my organization. And they said it could never be done.
Yeah.
They said it couldn't be done. Yo, that shit had me dying laughing.
I gotta watch it, yo.
I was on the floor rolling.
Yeah, you said they kept interrupting him with applause. An interruption would mean that it bothers you.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was soaking it all in.
Yeah,
like,
but you know they were up there antagonizing that nigga. Like, yo, just applause every time he talks. He was like, and they were like,
The funniest shit. Yo, I'm telling you, you said you seen it, right? So you see, when them applause came and he would be standing there smiling, that's when he gave them, they said it couldn't be done.
yeah, that's like, they was antagonizing the shit out of that nigga.
I could, oh man.
it was probably Trump's greatest comedic performance.
Yeah, I gotta watch
shit,
it now. So I feel like putting the show on her. Like, yo, bring up the clip.
That shit was crazy, man. When you get on your time, catch that shit. So that should have had you rolling. You know, it was comedy. It was good.
I knew some funny shit was gonna happen.
And Elizabeth Warren's petty clap at the end.
Oh shit. That's why I said it was pure. Like it was pure comedy. That's probably like. I watched Obama's, you know, when he was doing his 1-2 in his time of office, you know what I mean? But like I don't really zone in and lock in on that when it's on TV or whatnot. But that actually had me.
This one was more interesting because of the humor.
Yeah, like it was funny.
The most entertaining thing I've seen since the beginning of the year.
It was classically funny.
Yeah,
Shit's going down as one of the funniest moments.
But you know what's crazy is it probably got mad more people to watch that shit.
Possibly.
Listen,
Just because it was funny like that.
Could be.
it's fucking hilarious.
But I ain't want to dive into politics.
No, that wasn't politics. That was actually, I wanted to know.
That was entertainment.
Because like,
fucking pure entertainment.
I do
Wait
listen
till you hear
to
the intro song for Wet Floor today.
I did listen to on news radio. They had said a minor clip about how they kept interrupting him with applause. So I didn't really pay attention to what they were saying though.
Yeah, nah, that shit was funny.
No, like I said, an interruption would mean that you'd have to be bothered by it, but he fucking loved it.
I could imagine him just there cheesing and shit.
So he was just like,
they love me. I told you they love me.
They love me.
I was waiting for somebody to throw something at his ass. I'm gonna keep it 100. I was dead waiting for
I wanted somebody to be like, shut up.
Yeah, like I was waiting for the outburst.
So is he competing with the funniest president now? Because I thought Bush was the funniest. He got hit with a shoe.
Yeah, he did.
No, but see, Bush at times was purposely trying to be funny,
retarded,
and at times it was just his willful ignorance that kind of made it funny. But no, dude, no, Trump can't be funnier than Bush.
Okay.
Trump is funny because he's a fucking moron. But outside of that, he's not like naturally funny, like charismatically funny and shit.
Yeah.
Like, when you think of somebody who's funny, you think, like, and they're not trying to be funny, but it's just a personality. Somebody
well,
like
no, I was only
Jim Carrey.
just saying because last conversation we had, we brought up, like, who was the most funniest president since... It wasn't on MELLO-ROOM. It was on Wet Floor when this new guy kept wanting to talk about the president.
Your newest friend.
That's my landscaper.
Oh man! Oh your man.
The landscaper.
Oh man! I almost forgot about that.
This nigga
I forgot I was there for that for a minute.
What did we say? He said, "Yeah, fuchsia." What was the question?
Listen, every time you said future when I was editing it, I fucking died laughing.
Yeah, we was editing that shit. He was like, yo, listen, this nigga asked a serious question, and this nigga was just like, fuchsia.
Yeah, the white boy tried to ask a serious question, and then it was just quiet, and then you were like, yeah, so, future.
Sorry for those who don't get it. The joke is that
you gotta catch. See, that's the good. See, that's what I'm saying.
Color.
See, that segue shit pops in again because that's the good alley oop to Ray.
Yeah.
You know, because they got to check out the Wet Floor. You know, to catch that, and it'll all make sense to you. Down there. It definitely was a funny moment. I forgot completely about the shit. I even forgot I was there for the shit. Yeah, but now that I'm glad y'all bring that back because that shit got me rolling.
Yo, that nigga's crazy.
I can't forget about it, and I'm actually gonna open it up talking about that. He pissed me off.
On what floor?
Oh,
Fucking
shit.
guy
Yo,
pissed me
Ray was
off.
mad. Yo, that nigga.
pissed.
See,
He was pissing you off?
What
Listen.
no. What you don't secretly don't know is that he was doing that purposely to Ray. He got like this rage against Ray for some reason.
There was tension, unknown tension, and I didn't know.
I know because I've been here. Like he's been here before.
You've been in the realm with them.
He takes jabs at me, and I just brush him off.
That's why you kept seeing me like look at Ray when he would say some shit. I'm like. and then he would say some shit and I would start laughing because I was just like, yo, this nigga is stupid, son.
Shit.
Yo, because all I can think in my head is, yo, this nigga is just being an asshole to this nigga.
I did not know
That's why Ray was like, yo, I got people trying to take over the show.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I caught the awkward moments, and that's why you see I always do that hook in there to air the whole situation out. You know what I'm saying?
Future.
Yeah, sometimes you got to deflate the situation. And I was catching shit like that there, but I wasn't. I'm looking at it like I didn't know that these two even knew each other. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know there was prior.
I was laughing the whole episode.
See, I didn't know that there was prior engagements with them two in the room. I didn't know that. But you know what I'm saying?
And I try not to engage him, and I think that's his problem is that.
Yeah, that he don't engage him back because it was just. Yo,
it's pointless to me. He's a fucking mental midget to me.
Yeah, like he was saying some.
Yo, because if you gotta listen to the things that he says, right? Because he'll be like, yo, and the engineer, he's all right or whatever, but you know, and Ray be sitting right there like, I'm engineering and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll say little, and then he'll be like, then later on though, he'll big him up. Like, you know, he'll be like, yo, man, you're doing mad good, yo. Like, I'm like, yo, this nigga is like, what the fuck is this problem, son?
There's been times where I've just been in here engineering, and he'll be like, don't think you're smart because you wear fucking glasses.
Yeah. What? Some random shit.
Like he'll straight draw me and shit. Like he want to catch these hands.
And then he flip it, and then he flip it to me and be like, yo, Mike, I got this shit. Like, it'd be really good for your studio. I got these. He's trying to give me surround sound speakers, and I'm here like, bro, I don't need your speakers, bro. Like,
shit! Yeah, that is crazy because I must have been higher than a skyscraper because
you were. I have you saying it. I think like 5 times.
Yeah. Oh, so I was gone. I was out of it.
It's definitely on MELLO-ROOM when he fucked up his own fucking Instagram.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, definitely. I was gone. See, I told you.
Have you even listened to the last episode? No, you niggas ain't.
I listened to like a little bit of it. I haven't.
The second episode is been dropped.
It's been dropped.
It's been dropped, right?
Oh yeah.
Why am I confused here?
Maybe because you didn't listen to it
yet. Yeah. Which one did you click on? Because, you know, it might have been my problem. I dropped it as episode 2, but it don't say episode 2 on it. It says the MELLO-ROOM podcast.
Okay.
It's the one with the M symbol. For real listeners that are listening, and you guys, I'm going to get a little better with the labeling and shit, but if you see any new podcast, it's going to have the new MELLO-ROOM podcast logo always on it.
Awesome.
Okay.
And that's the M with the headphones.
Mm-hmm.
So
he was sitting there puzzled. He was hurt,
because episode 2 is actually on YouTube. It says episode 2. That's actually the first original podcast that we did. As Ooze is the guest.
No, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why probably confused. I knew that was gonna happen.
Indeed.
I knew that shit was gonna fucking happen.
I mean, we always know it's gonna come. Something's always gonna happen. It's never a perfect world here.
Shit, we almost
especially
didn't get today started.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Especially here at 10:25, you know, it shit go left sometimes, but we get it working. We get it to go back right. You know,
but don't worry. If you come here, we good. We straight. We got everything working perfect. You know what I'm saying? You want to do your podcast out of Studio 1025, me and Ray will engineer it down for you.
That's the good thing about it is that we definitely work the shit out of the bugs before we get to anything we do. You know what I mean? So, you know, anybody
I'm pretty sure anybody who does
experience.
this shit knows there's bugs with everything, man.
Of course.
Literally.
Yeah, I know. Our little friend, where did he go, man?
Oh, yeah, he's somewhere in here chilling and shit. I told y'all, man, get this nigga some headphones and put them on. Let him buzz out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But nah, like I was saying, back to other shit, you know what I mean, in the world of entertainment, because that's what we all here for.
Ooh, sports.
Oh, y'all want to jump into the sports?
Oh, okay, we don't have to.
I thought that's where we were headed.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if y'all want me to, yeah, I could jump.
I'm kind of anxious for the sports.
Okay, before you get into your sports segment,
okay, what's up?
let's discuss what happened. Wait, did we already talk about the Super Bowl shit? We did already.
We had to because it was 2 weeks
okay,
ago.
never mind then. Oh no, I got one for you.
What's up?
I got one for you. Orlando Apollo.
Oh yeah, boom!
Orlando
That game is
Apollo.
today.
Shout out to Orlando Apollo.
Or was it yesterday?
Football team.
Or was it yesterday?
Oh, okay.
Was the game yesterday or today?
I think it was yesterday.
I think it was yesterday.
How you feel about that? This new football league shit.
I mean, it's interesting to see where it goes. I mean, you see with the basketball, they got the Big Three, Ice Cube. Shout out to Ice Cube with his basketball league, the Big Three. You know, so I mean, it just shows that it is room for other markets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but remember, they tried this before. Slam ball, XFL.
Yeah, well, arena football was popular for a while.
Arena football.
It was popular.
I mean, it's still kind of popular. It's still around.
No, there's no arena football anymore.
No, there's no more. Predators are gone.
Yeah, Predators been gone. One of the first.
Like
teams.
that was like I don't even know why they named Orlando that.
They-
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Though.
They had the most championships too.
Orlando Predators.
But no, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying, oh yeah, it's everyone's gonna survive.
It's because we have a lot of
But
child molesters down here.
Just
That's why.
so man.
That was I was trying to head the joke
Yeah,
at, but
no.
nobody picked up on until it was ready.
Oh Lord, yeah, y'all went left again. There you go, going left again. Oh man. But nah, like I was saying, I'm not saying everyone is gonna succeed, but what I am saying is that it's just the fact of it being another open market to showcase talent.
I like it.
And help these dudes get out there.
Especially,
I
because
actually
of
like
all
it
because of all the rules that they fucking implemented in the NFL. Now it's damn near fucking 2-hand touch.
Well, no, I mean,
So,
see, that's the whole thing, and that's
I'm
something you gotta
wondering
catch.
what those are.
That's something you gotta catch. Now, that's gonna be controversial because you got to understand, in some cases, the rules, yeah, they are implied, but they are keeping them safe. So it's that back and forth seesaw of it.
Yeah.
But in these other leagues and in these other things that do come about, I think their rules are going to be much looser. You know what I'm saying? So as far as with the penalties calls, I don't think that's going to be the same. But you got to understand also, it's a give and take. Those guys are going to be putting themselves more at risk for a greater injury.
I get it, but technology is also changing, so they're not going to have access.
Smash each other.
Okay, but wait. But technology is changing as far as helmets and gear, right?
Yeah.
So they don't get access to that.
Nah, I mean,
they need to do away with all
they
that.
got to create a budget
helmets.
for that.
Leather
first.
helmets, right?
Leather helmets. He want to go back.
The man who always bringing up CTE and shit.
Yeah, he want Benjamin Button football. You know what I mean? But nah, I mean, I don't think that. I think they would have to create a budget for that unless somebody's just doing all that outright. You know what I mean? But of course, they should be entitled to it. You know, but
So who's
even with
backing
the
all
ones
these
that
teams?
got the good equipment, though, you still see these dudes taking serious injuries out there.
Man, I don't think as long as science is around, you're never going to get away from something that's wrong with a physical sport or a physical thing that they're going to be like oh, you can't do this anymore because it causes this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Football being one of them. When now to be a football player, you got to run under 3 seconds, and then you're fucking almost 200 pounds. You know, and the laws of physics, man, that's, two masses hitting each other at that speed, bro.
Something bound to happen.
Yeah,
it's a car accident, bro.
Bones about to break.
That's a car accident.
I seen a video of Leonard Fournette. He's 271 from the article that I read. He was 271 and he was running 25 miles an hour.
Under how? But what distance?
I think it was like
the 40.
The 40. Yeah.
You see, now that's, they teach you this in a car accident. You getting hit at 25 miles per hour.
It's like falling off of a 2-story building.
The velocity and the mass, you're just getting hit at 50.
Yeah, in all actuality, yeah. I feel what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? So,
but that's why I say,
but that's what I want to see. I want to see them.
He said, but that's what I want to see.
I want to see them hit each other and then fucking explode
if the
into
football
blood
players,
and guts.
If the football players had what they were back then, now, like the caliber of football player now or what they had on back then, they would lose body limbs.
Like imagine if
They would run-
they
Yeah,
wore,
I mean, being the size they
imagine
are.
if they wore
Can you
MMA
imagine
gloves
that?
in basketball and they could like take a swing at each other in basketball and they wore those
See, but that's
MMA gloves.
But that's what I was trying to say, and that was my point of it. You know what I mean? Like, look at MMA compared to boxing.
They had shit
You know.
like that. Slam ball.
They're a lot.
Slam ball was the fucking shit,
slam ball.
bro.
Was, I mean, slam ball was hot. That was the one with the trampolines.
That was the
where they used to bounce
trampolines
around.
and the hockey rink. You could the rules basically were you got 3 dribbles within the court, and
Look, you remember the rules.
And the
That's how
niggas
much you was on to that
yo,
shit.
son, I wanted to be a slam ball player, nigga. Yo,
Mike gave out a personal goal he set when he was
yo,
young. I'm
son,
gonna do slam ball.
I remember
man.
I was like 18, 19, so I used to go train and go to basketball court every day, nigga. And I'm like, I'm becoming a slam ball
What
player.
what you had a trampoline or something you was taking with you?
Nah, we was just trying. I was just trying to be better at moving
showing
the
up
ball.
to the court with his own personal trampoline.
Yeah,
and shit.
son, I was on my way. I
See, I got to
swear
put
to
one
God.
right here. I got to
My
put
ne-
one right here, and I got to put one over there.
I had a homeboy doing it with me and everything. Yo, we used to watch that shit and be like, "Yo, let's go to the park. We're gonna train for slam ball."
Yeah, crazy. I mean,
Yo, but that shit was what you were saying, bro. These niggas could be running down the court and this nigga just hockey check you. Boom.
Yo, that'd be dope.
That's
Especially
exactly
when
what
he's
that'd be
going up.
dope.
They had helmets on and shoulder pads and everything.
Like when he goes for the layup and he just gets fucking clipped from the side, bow, midair.
No, there was no layups. The trampolines was around the hoop, so you
No,
had
but
to.
I'm saying like.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
You never played basketball on the court and got clipped by doing a layup then.
Yeah, I did. I actually broke this same
Say,
wrist.
yeah, I did.
No, you've never had someone jump in front of you and bend over while you do a layup, son. That shit.
That's how I broke this
Yeah.
wrist the first time in my life. I'll never forget. I was 13 years
niggas
old.
done that shit to
He's
me.
like,
I
man,
wanna
were you
fight
there? Yeah, man. But
Right there at the Parkway Court.
even in the world of sports, man, it has been an entertaining week. Anthony Davis has not gone nowhere, people. He is still a Pelican, you know.
Still a Pelican.
Yeah, it's sad to tell people. You know
So
what
was
I mean?
this is up for the trade?
Yeah, the trade deadline was Thursday.
Yeah. Okay.
If he shaves
Thursday,
that, maybe he
Anthony.
won't look like a pelican then.
Oh man, why?
Nah, man, he's trying to be true to the roots.
He's
my
being
nigga.
true to the. Nah, he don't want to be there no more.
No.
Nah, he don't want to be there.
So I probably wasn't mentioned, but why you think he didn't want to go?
Well, no. It wasn't the fact that he didn't want to go. It's that
Yeah, because he's open for a trade.
It's that the
contract
Pelicans
didn't work
weren't
out.
open to
Giving
the
them-
offer of the LA
okay,
trade.
okay.
You know what I mean? The Pelicans they wanted the organization. You know, they wanted to basically,
Oh,
they
so
wanted
they-
Magic Johnson to give them the Lakers. If Magic wasn't going to give them the Staples Center and the Lakers in
yeah,
its
they
entirety,
want him to hand over fucking half the team.
Yeah.
They're like for
basically.
Anthony Davis, we want everybody else that you got.
we want the Lakers. It will be the New Orleans Lakers.
Damn.
If you want Anthony Davis, like
Damn.
it was on some shit like I got to start over.
It was
You
like
know what
it
I'm
was like a
saying?
4-man trade. They wanted
Yeah,
4
like,
people for
it
the-
was-
That's what I'm saying.
It
They
was
basically
shit.
They wanted
wanted
4 men and a first round.
It was
and a
some
first round.
shit
That's
that
what I'm
was
saying. They basically
non-believable.
wanted the Lakers team, like the fucking 5 of them niggas for them.
It was non-believable. I don't even think. I think if the trade would have went through, I don't know if they'd have had enough left to put anything on the court. You feel what I'm saying?
No,
They'd have
because
just had-
Lakers would only have to depend on who they had with Anthony Davis.
Nah, it would have been 2-on-5. It would have been LeBron and AD versus everybody. You would have. They'd have been calling. They'd have had 20
LeBron would
timeouts
have
for the
did it.
Lakers.
LeBron would have did it.
He would have tried.
Yo, Ooze, let me get your opinion on one of the worst basketball players ever
Oh
to
shit!
fucking
What's up?
play ball.
Oh man, yeah,
Ball.
you calling him out?
Ball senior.
Why is Ball?
Oh,
Senior.
Ball Senior. I was like, damn, you call that's damn, that's grimy.
I was gonna say, damn, he's that. What he's
But
that.
who you talking about? You talking about the father?
Yeah, he needs to shut the fuck
I
up
think
completely.
I think he's a risk to his son's career. I really do.
to all his kids.
You know, I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way with him. You know what I mean? But
How? Well, I know how. I'm sorry, but if it wasn't from talking shit right now, will we know about them 3 kids?
no, I mean, I'm not saying it in that. That's exactly
Well,
why I
then do
was
you
about
want
to
to just take it
clarify
back? If he didn't fuck that lady, would we be seeing these kids?
No. Come on now. There go Ray. Ray be going hard,
you wanna
man.
bring it-
What
this
you
is-
sipping over there?
this
Getting
is-
dragon's breath?
This is the what do you call
No,
it again?
This is the 5 roses.
That's the 5 roses.
This is the
Oh,
what do you
shit.
call it again? He said, "I want to know if the glass is made
No
by
love with
black
the roses.
guys."
No love with the roses. But
He
nah,
said, "I want to know if the glass is made
what
by
I'm
the black
saying
guy."
by that is what, like, I get what Mike's saying. Like, if he wouldn't have been that way, would we have heard about them like that? I do understand that, and that is true to a degree.
Right.
But what I'm saying is you gotta understand that you're playing with something that's much bigger than you.
Now,
you know, you playing with something that's much bigger than your son. You playing with something that's much bigger than everything around you. It can crush everything around you.
Like, yo, bigger than he's ever been. He's always been a nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why I say, like, I'm not going.
I mean, but we haven't. Have you heard that much of him lately?
No, I mean, you got to look at it.
Like 2 days ago.
Yeah, no. I'm
snapping.
gonna get to that. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna get to that. You already know. But what I'm saying is, with him, with that is that. Like with what Mike's saying, you know, it spoke them into existence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was a very good thing for them.
It was good for the start of
and it was actually good for the brand. It was entertaining for the brand.
Yeah, I mean, it was good for the start of what it became now.
But you got to understand, when you jump out the window and you start making comments like, because one of the things he said was ball is better than LeBron.
He made his son look like, yeah. You know
that's what I know Ray was talking about. That's what I'm saying. I know Ray was going at that. Yeah. But he said saying shit like that, you know what I mean? And it's not saying, because LeBron ain't, I doubt he's the type of person that's going to be on some, I'm going to end this kid's life.
Another thing he said, too, that fucking was completely asinine is that he makes the whole team better without even proving any numbers. Like, when ball's on the fucking court,
okay, but
you're right. He just makes shit up.
You're right. And I also told you I like to not be biased. So what I'm gonna say is, LeBron was not number known either in the beginning.
Well, this is my whole thing. LeBron ain't got nothing to do with that situation.
I know it doesn't. So what I'm trying to say is, like, comparing ball to where LeBron is now and where ball is at now is not the same.
No, and it'll never be the same. Yeah. But what I mean,
the father does hype him up to something he has to carry on that he can't physically do, being this young in the NBA.
Yeah, but you're talking about your brand and speaking on and disrespecting an elite society of a league. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Right. Like, listen to the words I'm saying. It's a brand versus a league.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot more behind it and a lot more into it. That's why I say, like
if he was just up there talking shit about the Bucks, then people would be like, oh, whatever.
No, I wouldn't even say that. You know, and that's my whole thing.
The Lakers.
It's not talking shit about the Bucks. It's speaking shit like that about the NBA, period. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my point. And that's why I say, like, he could potentially hurt his son's career. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it.
He still got them in the league. Period.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like teams are going to be like, nah, well, you bring your father.
See,
you bring your father.
I was going to say, like, I'm not trying to go that deep into it. You know what I mean? But we know that goes on, and that's something that happens in every sport, in every form of business.
More than just
every form of business. Yeah. So, you know, I wouldn't want that to happen to that kid and it be due to his dad. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Well, what did he say 2 days ago?
Well, it was 2 days, not 2 days ago, but it was a few, early in the week where they had that interview. Maybe 2 to 5 days ago. It was early in the week where they had the interview, and, you know, he sat down with analysts, and it was with, I think, Shannon Sharp and all of that. Yeah, Shannon Sharp. He was like, you know, LeBron and the Lakers will not, Mikey, what are you doing?
Sorry.
You're going crazy.
Yeah. He left, and he left, and even then called back in.
But nah,
to talk more
because he was like the Lakers wouldn't win a championship, you know, if they traded Lonzo Ball. If Ball isn't
because that was that's what the talks were, right?
You know, and I get what he was doing. He was trying to really hype his son up to like really get him X'd out of the trade, you know what I mean? But you gotta look at how you're going about it. You know, you going about it disrespectful, and you speaking on a lot of people that are in higher positions than you.
Yeah, shit.
So
we're gonna speak about my dad.
But aside from that, it was a crazy week as far as with trades. A few players that got dealt to a couple different places. You know, Tobias Harris went to Philly. You know what I'm saying? A few people got moved around. I forgot how you say the dude's name. Vic Beasley went to the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Right. He got crossed over to the Lakers. You know, it was a crazy week because players still went places. You know what I'm saying?
So we looking at decent teams after this?
Marc Gasol went to Toronto.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean? And he's now with Kawhi Leonard and the little group and the cast that they got over there.
So Kawhi Leonard's on Toronto.
Huh?
So Kawhi Leonard, how you say his name, is on Toronto.
He's been on Toronto for the whole first half of the season. Mike, where you been?
I told you where I've been.
We going speed. We gotta get you back up
Studio
to speed, baby.
1025, baby.
We gotta get you back up to speed, baby.
Shit, man,
you know what I mean?
I'll tell you when I be back up to speed, man. When people up to speed with this show.
I feel you. That's when you'll get a game of 2K back into something. That's when Mike gonna know.
Oh, listen, man, you know me,
man. Yeah, that's when he's gonna know the roster.
He know the rosters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know me, man. I love 2K too, man.
That's why I said it helped your basketball IQ. You see, I guess games do things for people.
Certain things do, yeah.
You know, but I mean, as far as with it, you know, it is going to make the conferences a little bit more different. Next weekend is All-Star Weekend in North Carolina. I repeat, next weekend is All-Star Weekend in North Carolina.
I'm definitely watching that game. Yo, we might even be watching that shit while we do this.
I think we should do that.
Okay, I'm with it.
I think we should do that just to add a little bit more light to it, because that's actually, I wanted to bring that up with y'all, you know, and see how y'all felt about that, because that's something that they were talking about. You know, do you guys feel like the All-Star game is not on the plateau that it should be?
As far as what?
As far as with the NBA All-Star game, you know what I mean? Like is it not as not what should it entail, but does it hold sucks. Oh shit, here we go. Man, Ray's a harsh critic, guys. But what I'm saying is, does it hold up to as opposed to what it was back in the day? Because I guess back in the day they felt there was more excitement, more energy, more of a buzz.
Because back in the day, like they used to have all the All-Stars play. When politics got behind the All-Star game.
Oh, shit.
About,
here we go.
Yeah, of course. It's not about politics, what I'm saying. What I mean when I say politics is just the money involved. And look, when certain people was like, yo, it was their year to be in the dunk contest. And they were like, nah, I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like you calling players out there, man.
I'm not really calling players out for it. I'm just saying, when you talk about the past, even when Jordan did fucking All-Star game in his...
Yeah, no, that's what they were talking about. You know what I mean?
And like, people went and did it. Like, they were All-Stars, you went and did it. There was no, all right, well, this might hurt my career this year, so, you know, I'm not going to do that shit type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where the politics got into the All-Stars, and now it's changed it a little bit. Now you even have shit to where you're saying... Niggas are picking cheat teams. Well, like they're being I'm a coach and then you're the coach and now I'm a pick da. Which I mean is fine because now you're mixing. I guess all the All-Star. Is it mixed East and West or is it just?
Nah, it's mixed. LeBron's first team,
which
Giannis.
Makes it an All-Star game.
So they did it like you're picking people off of the playground.
Well, no. Here goes how they did it. I'll explain it to you guys so you guys got the whole gist. They took. It was the vote getters. You got your votes or whatever in case how they came in. They got the leading vote getter from the Western Conference, which is LeBron James. Yeah. And they got the leading vote getter from the Eastern Conference, which is Giannis.
Antetokounmpo.
I'm glad you know how to say the name right because I'm a big basketball fan.
I'm good at pronouncing
and
fucking
I still can't catch that shit.
I wouldn't even know how
say that one more time.
Antetokounmpo.
Okay, I'm gonna try and keep that in mind. But yeah, he was the leading vote getter, and they got those two, and those two are the captains. Okay, so it's like, all right, we in the playground. You the best on the East. I'm the best on the West. Y'all the captains.
Right, and then you got the whole
pick your
East and West to pick from.
Well, you got all the other players that were voted as All-Stars,
but both sides.
Pick your teams.
But on both sides.
Yeah, well, you could be on either side. Yeah. So, you got LeBron and KD on the same team.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they can pick from the West, the East.
Yeah, it don't matter where they pick from. Right. You know what I'm saying? And
so, I mean, that's kind of cool.
That is cool. They were asking, is that a cool thing to do to bring back excitement to the All-Star game and things like that?
I think so, yeah. But
one of the analysts had a
how do they pick? Do they do it like the playground where it's me first, you second?
Yeah. Okay. Just like that. It was live. It was nationally covered.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't get to watch TV that much. Sorry, guys.
It's all right. Don't worry. That's why I said we're going to catch you. We keep you up to speed.
I'm not a TV watcher to begin with, so.
It got so crucial this time around to where there was even a trade made. First time ever a trade of stars.
Oh, they traded somebody that the other person picked?
Yeah. It was one trade made that Giannis originally. It was just based on they wanted to play together.
Okay.
LeBron chose Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? And Giannis chose Ben Simmons.
Damn, Russell and LeBron in the All-Star game.
So, but this was crazy. This is what was crazy. LeBron traded Giannis for Ben Simmons. He wanted to play with his homie Ben Simmons. So he traded Westbrook, over to...
Oh, that might have been his downfall.
It kind of added leverage because, when the West, they got some trees over there. It's long. You know what I mean? They tall. So they got height over there. You know what I mean? It's definitely going to be something nice to see.
I mean, that's interesting.
I hope they play some fucking defense.
But this is my question. This is my question to both.
I just want to see some defense,
I was waiting for that because I just
want to see some defense, bro.
I was waiting because at the next, we always talk about is defense. It's always.
After what happened just now in the Super Bowl.
You want to see defense.
You want to see defense?
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting Super Bowl, to be honest with you.
Shut up.
You're one of the 10 people in the world.
But isn't defense what makes games, though? Isn't that what's always been the...
I'm not going to lie to you.
Defense wins championships, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's exactly how that saying goes.
Being a football player in my freshman year, nigga, and we lost no games, and only one we almost lost, but we lost. We didn't lose it because... a defense.
See what I'm saying? So, but I mean, that's what. Now, my question to you guys on the All-Star thing before we get away was: do you feel like incorporating stars like that back and forth between conferences? Do you still think it carries the essence of an All-Star game, a true All-Star game?
Fuck the All-Star game.
Yeah, no, I think it will make it better. Because
it sounds more interesting, but I still think that it's just going to be a high scoring. I'm just going to fucking walk up the court, fucking defensive.
So they got to play. They got to play because the point of an All-Star game is to watch all the people around the league that certain people hold to a level of being an All-Star compete against each other. What's cool now that it's not East versus West because you almost bring in the scenario of a playoff game. Right? With just super team. Now you get to play, like you said, like it's on the playground. So you get to pick from the all-stars and be like, okay, like it doesn't matter what side you're on. Like we picking the super all-star team against the super all-star team with their bench players.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at the starting five for the East.
You want to make shit
starting five for the East is Kawhi Leonard.
Do 3-on-3s.
Just play defense.
LeBron.
No. It just, like you said. No, it's just like you said, though. What we want to see is we want to see the championship game out of the All-Stars.
Yeah, but could you imagine this type of scenario? You got LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard.
But that's the point of the All-Star game is to watch
Kyrie Irving.
Is to watch all of them. Maybe they need to make it like
I get that, but I couldn't see that in the
college game.
Can't
put some landmines out there.
Yeah, put some landmines. No, like shorten the shot clock or make it like college where it's like 2 quarters.
Nah,
but it's fucking like
game.
No, but it's like longer quarter.
Yeah, it's just two halves.
2 halves. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
2 halves and make the half.
That would take away from the game.
It wouldn't because it's an all-star game. We want to see.
I like where he said where they shorten the shot clock. I like that idea. So the shot clock is what 24 seconds.
Yeah.
You make that shit 12.
No, that's too much.
That's too much.
You can't even get down
16?
the court in 12 like that.
Maybe 16.
You can if you pass the ball.
But the whole thing about that with that is it would just be quicker shots.
But we're talking all-stars. Get into your mind that imagine what a fan would think is what an all-star game is.
Listen, if you're getting paid 50, 60, 70, 80 million dollars a year, you should never miss a basket. Your shooting percentage should be like 95% for the whole year.
We know that, but regardless of that, just imagine an all-star game. You're looking at, like I said, the 5-on-5 of the top of all of NBA's sides, teams, coast, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
and you would expect, you want to see a championship game out of them almost.
I feel
that you're watching all these all-stars putting their 100% against each other. It's not just when it's an exhibition game and you got one all-star on the team and another one on another one and they got the other 5 players or 4 players that could make or break you know, what happens in that game. You're looking at 5 individuals on each side that are supposed to be playmakers.
I feel what you're saying.
So you want to see playmaking happen.
So do you guys
don't want to just see, like, all right, let him go and him face one-on-one real quick so you drive to the basket, boom. And then we got to do it on the other side. You want to see plays like, you know, all that crazy shit, man. I'm making sound effects, you know what I'm saying?
So you guys don't think, you guys don't think like a game of 21 would be interesting? One-on-one?
I don't know.
Or a game of 3-on-3? Not 21, but just 3-on-3?
I mean, not in the All-Star game. I mean, maybe as an event, as one of the events for the All-Star game, that'd be pretty cool.
That's what I mean. That'd
be pretty cool. Maybe like a game of like King of the Court. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that game, but in mine, like where I'm from, we used to play that.
That's basically what you shoot up whoever makes the most. You're basically playing you against everybody else, and everyone's on their own.
Well, King of the Court is this. All right, you start off, everybody's on the court at one time. Somebody starts off with a shot from the three-point line or something. Mm-hmm. Let's say if you make the basket from the three-point line to start the game off, you step aside. You step off the court. Mm-hmm. Everybody else on the court has to fight for the chance to score and step off the court to make it to the next round.
Right.
The last player left on the court is eliminated. And it goes round by round until it's left only 2 players.
I get it.
That fucking sounds interesting.
And then when 2 players are left, they would play like a game to like 7 or something like that. It doesn't really take that long. Like and that's why I said like I come from a place where basketball.
Think about it in NBA
is everything
aspect.
Yeah, I mean that would be in the NBA game. It would just think about it. We were kids.
NBA players.
We were kids, amateurs, young playing that, and we were playing with 20.
Do you guys see how they
kids.
did like they did the All-Star thing, right? Let's say they do the same thing. Boom, people are voted in. You know, there's by the percentage, and then they can go, boom. All right, now you call somebody out. So Ooze calls out Mike.
Yeah.
Calls out Lucas. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then you could either be like, no, but most of the time ain't nobody gonna bitch up. You'd be like, fine, I'll play you in that game on one-on-one. Yeah. And they just kind of do, I don't know, maybe.
I mean, now this is what I will say. I think the reason why games like that weren't really incorporated is because down to the wire it gets a little nasty. You know what I mean? The fouls are chippy. Somebody could get hurt just by a jokingly foul. Man. And I think that's what they worried about. They want to keep the overall safety of the players. That's what they've always been worried about during the All-Star weekend. Is people getting injured, doing some shit. But, you know, it was a good game. And, I mean, I think it could still be
it doesn't count towards that record.
No, not the record, but towards the team.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. Homie, a person could get hurt, and that could be the second half, and you could have been on a team where you potentially could win the chip.
Yeah.
You got to think, God forbid, you know what I mean? But Curry go down.
I know. That's
KD go down, God forbid. You know what I mean?
What the whole,
I'm not trying to insinuate that they're going to win the chip.
That's the problem right there is that, like I said, you want to see a crazy game, but they can't. Because, like you said, to do that, they might get injured.
Exactly. You got to limit yourself.
So I guess you got to leave the All-Star game to what it is. I like the whole mixing of the teams, though.
Yeah.
That might help a little bit.
What about we start incorporating the All-Stars from the WNBA?
Listen,
they got that in the celebrity game and all that.
Listen,
that gives them.
If the women WNBA have an All-Star weekend?
I hope they do. I think they just started doing. I think they did.
You would hope so. You would hope so. You ever been to an All-Star weekend?
I was living in Philly when they brought it here. I was so fucking depressed.
Yeah. Actually, I was back home in New York when they brought it here.
We were here. I was here.
You was here. You got to experience it.
I heard it was one of Orlando's greatest moments.
I heard that too.
What?
I heard that too.
I was like the only time they let them stay open.
I heard it was
the only
a whole different ball game out here.
Yeah, I heard they even changed the drinking time to 1 hour. They passed it 1 hour later to 3 o'clock instead of 2 o'clock.
Remember we talked about that? How late downtown used to be open till.
I don't remember. Oh yeah, I do.
And like the first ever episode.
See, I missed that out here. I wasn't out here for that one.
Neither was I. I don't think he was either.
I was.
Yeah, he was.
Oh no, he's talking about the All-Star.
Oh, I'm talking about when Orlando used to not have the 2 o'clock curfew, but this was like in the 80s. This was nowhere.
Oh no, I was nowhere near here.
Yeah, we wasn't around.
I was nowhere near here.
No, but we had discussed it in like
age was 18.
We had discussed it in like a way early last year's first episode.
Yeah, last year.
We had brought up, maybe we'll bring it back up just in case people want to get the information. We brought up Central Florida's music
history.
Oh, okay.
And one of them happens to be Beecham.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, the Central Florida music history pretty much starts and revolves around the Beecham itself.
And Beecham is... And what happened?
Why was the original name or something like that?
That is the Beecham Theater's original place.
It's its original name. The inside, if you see it, you can't usually see because the lights are off.
Basically an opera house.
It was an opera. It was a theater.
Oh, I know that because of the balcony that we would have in VIP.
Yeah.
It's connected to. It was connected to. It was like a 10-story hotel that's no longer there.
Because we're getting out of sports. Let me just cut to.
Oh yeah. Wait.
So basically, So basically, what he's trying to say is why it centers around Beecham is because that was the original name, and then when the rave scene hit, that hit Beecham hard, and because of the rave scene is why Orlando stopped the fucking. They used to be open until like 4, right?
Yeah.
It was like 4 in the morning. They used to serve alcohol, everything.
Because all the drug
scene showing up in Beecham, it flooded out of Beecham, went to like Firestone and all those other big places down there, and downtown was fucked up, and the city was basically nope. They were like, we turning that shit off at 2:00.
Damn.
That's why it's 2:00 and it's never changed.
People were coming from all over the world to get fucked up and listen to techno in Orlando and shit.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. He learns something new every day about the place. But nah, I mean, well, we ain't gonna go crazy with the sports. We're gonna leave that alone because we'll
get deeper into that topic another time in open discussion. Me and Ray will get all the information. You'll learn way more. That shit was crazy, yo.
Definitely. Well, with that being said, you know what I mean. There are some pretty good games going on today. You got the Lakers going against the Sixers. You know what I mean. So
the game's on right now.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it is.
It is a good game. I've actually had the best.
Yeah, we've been watching it, Migos.
Screw you guys.
I've been standing here watching
it. Twist my seat.
Ben Simmons has dunked the ball like 3 or 4 times already. It's been interesting.
You can't really maneuver yourself that well. Watch out now.
He does that. He definitely does that a lot during the game. You know what I mean? But nah, I mean, anyway, like I was saying, they are playing today, and they are playing right now as we speak. So should be a good game since you guys caught the first half of it. But and as far as later on tonight, you got games going on for the rest of the night as well. You know what I mean? And as far as that, you guys keep up with baseball? You guys on the baseball?
I don't.
That's one thing I really don't keep up with. Is
spring training is coming up soon.
That's what I was about to say. You know what I mean? Catch some games.
Yeah, shout out to all the teams that come here to Central Florida.
Yeah, definitely. You will have the Yankees around because they get.
That'll give you a little bit more of where our location is because we get a little bit more access to those motherfuckers.
Screw you, man. You already know.
I'm a Marlins fan since day one. 1992.
The Marlins? Where you from? He said Marlins.
It's funny because I forgot they were still in the league, man.
Didn't they change? They're not.
It's all good.
They're the Miami Marlins now.
It's all good.
But that's still my team, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Only his.
That's what I was going to say, okay.
But, you know what I mean? They're about to get busy. It's starting to kick off. I believe in like 2 weeks if it's spring training starts or something like that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I actually really want to take my son to see some games over there at the, what do you call it?
So you're a big baseball fan?
Yes,
more than boxing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nothing's bigger than boxing.
Oh, okay.
But nah, that's good to see, man. So yeah, you know what I mean? We're going to conclude it there, man.
So that's it for sports?
We're going to conclude it there.
No hockey?
Nah, no hockey. Hockey. I don't think the listeners are ready for that. It's a little too brutal on that.
No golf, no tennis.
Golf is pretty still right now.
I'm glad you left my 2 favorite sports though, so I could shout them out.
Which ones?
Talk about them on wet floor.
Boxing
and MMA.
And MMA. Yeah, MMA just had a big fight last week.
Oh, they had one fucking last night.
Yeah, last night too, actually. Yeah,
Israel Ilyasova and your man Anderson Silva.
Yeah, he just came back though from like that career-ending injury.
Nah, he's had like 3 or 4 fights since then, and is won them.
All 4?
I think he lost one by decision, but he's been still fighting good. And then the guy he fought last night, which I'll get more in depth into, I just don't want to reveal too much, is basically the carbon copy of his younger self.
Yeah, you seen the fight?
Yeah, I watched it last night.
Oh, screw you!
I watched all the boxing matches last night and all of the the MMA fights.
Yeah, you was ready.
Shit,
huh?
oh shit! Yeah,
He was like,
ready.
just in case Big Oo's
I
talking
know. I
about
didn't
it,
see.
I'm ready.
And mind you, I was in Disney till like 2 in the morning, so I didn't get to catch.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch.
I didn't
Shit.
catch us.
Did you have Wi-Fi over there? That's no excuse.
Hey, so you had Wi-Fi? Yeah, I was.
You got Disney Wi-Fi over
I
there?
was off the.
Can
I
you
was
connect
off the
to Disney's Wi-Fi?
I was connected. I don't know, but it wasn't giving me none of that. My news feeds was all about Disney.
All right, so Big Oo's sports updates.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that. We'll get the boxing going on the wet floor.
Well, on wet floor you can hear more about some of that fighting shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we mellow out here, man.
They mellow.
We want to talk about fucking boxing and all that.
Well, Mike, you got a lot of interesting, topics you wanted to get into, man.
Yeah, so next thing we're gonna do before we really get out of here, we're gonna bring up the 3 topics of lifestyles. I always like to pick some weird, well, not weird, just pretty interesting things to talk about, more outside your realm of the most media talks about.
Definitely.
So definitely one that I like, for here, man, is the marijuana legalization.
Oh, of course. I think everybody likes that.
I can say that word.
I think everybody's with it, man. It's just they making it seem so morally wrong.
All right, before I even get into the topic, though, I've always wanted to bring this up and ask.
What's up?
We've been doing this for a while. Even before legalization was we could even imagine.
It's been legal for us.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so like on a grand scale of it, more people obviously are going to do it because it's legal.
You just don't have to get in car with strangers anymore.
That too. Where I'm from, I didn't have to get in car with strangers. I had to walk into weird, strange neighborhoods with strangers and shit.
I mean, I think that would probably be to get it.
Huh?
That would probably be to get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what
Like,
we were talking about.
All right.
yeah, that's what you're talking about. Like, to go get it, you ain't got to get in the car with a stranger. I didn't have to get in the car. We got off the train and then walked down blocks that you ain't supposed to be down.
Nah, it could come either way. You smoke with the stranger, go get it with the stranger.
So what my point was,
exactly.
What my point was, will it be as big of a community as it was for us? Being illegal versus
legal,
the legal community now, and kind of almost blending it out.
It kind of I don't enjoy smoking anymore since it's become more legal.
That's what my point is like how much
My thing, he said you don't enjoy smoking as much.
Like, I mean, down here
I don't smoke hoping like, damn, it could be legal. I smoke because I like to be, at my altitude. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the truth. That's a whole fact. You know what I'm saying?
When I was living in Washington State, my buddy all the time would always have, because I'd be like in the car trying to hide it, and he'd be like, look, dude, like, you really can't drive around and smoke like this. He's like, but it's legal here, so dog, nobody gives a fuck. He's like, if I get stopped, you're gonna get a ticket. Don't worry about it.
And that was what trippy about me when I went to California. I got some bud out there legally too, and I was driving around smoking. But I'm like doing it how I do it back home. I'm hiding it and shit, like trying to duck down low. Yeah. And it kind of like made me feel weird. Like people are looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga?
Are you smoking meth?
Yeah, and then
sitting there tucking it and shit.
Then I'm walking down the beach, not on the beach, but got like a sidewalk off of the beach, right? And I'm walking and I walk past a cop. And then 2 feet away, I walk past to a nigga sitting on the bench with a blunt, like fucking 10 foot long, just chilling, smoking. I'm like, damn, that's crazy, like I couldn't even fathom the thought in my head to be comfortable enough to do what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like he's from there, so he's used to it.
That's why I say.
And me, I'm like, should I roll up a blunt? Nah, I ain't doing that shit.
I think it's taken. The mind frame of that is why I think it's taken so long to be legal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because of the stigma.
Exactly. But people smoke cigarettes openly forever. So.
Yeah, I know. But
now people have a stigma on that, and they're starting to crack down on that.
That's what I was going to say.
They're trying to ban cigarette smoking on beaches in Florida.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And I got a huge fucking argument on social media with fucking tons of asshat fucking crybaby bastards about this shit. Like, yo, if I'm going to smoke wherever the fuck I want.
And that's my point. When it gets legal, how long does it take before it turns into cigarettes?
I'm like, dude, your kid
you know what
is
I'm
not
saying?
fucking...
Where cigarettes now, look, in New York City, you can't even smoke in no buildings. to the point where now you can't even smoke in your own home.
See, but I mean, in places, and this is, in
so
places,
where you gonna smoke weed?
But this is what you gotta understand. In places like
No.
that, hold on, check this out though. In places like that, they're implying those type of rules to try and do backhand shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing.
I'm not talking about weed. I'm talking about cigarettes.
Me too. I'm talking about everything in general. I'm talking about period. You know what I'm saying? Like they are implying those type of things to do backhand shit. And when I say backhand shit, I mean they trying to get back property and shit from people, so they won't let them do that. They're trying to put that as a regulation. They don't want the
smoke in there.
Yeah.
Because smoke brings down the fucking property value on shit.
Yeah, they trying to use a whole bunch of different shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I know what you're saying with the backhanded shit of them trying to be like, all right, if this property got to go for sale, it's better to profit off of it because that's what the city telling them and all some other bullshit.
Yeah, you know.
All right, but my point is they still got the rules involved, right? Mm-hmm. So now, like, we legalize weed over there, but you can't smoke nowhere.
Yeah, I mean.
So it's a ticket anytime.
That's why I say
it's always a ticket.
And that's why I say that comes with the whole stigma of what they have going on, because at the end of the day, when you look at it, it still isn't full out legal.
Yeah. Bring it up like this.
So they're gonna create the catch-22s.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna create the catch-22s to still box you in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I say, like, if all that shit, if it all changes and boom, all right, all of a sudden you got packs of Purple Punch in the motherfucking in the mix with the cigarette packs and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if that shit pop like that, then it's like, all right, now you're gonna have bigger conglomerates going at shit like and issues like that.
Yeah.
So in those situations, who's gonna win?
And that's my point as to why I brought up this topic, is because there's a senator. I'm gonna find you his name. I got into conversation with you. I forgot. I was looking up. I think his name is Senator Ron Wyden, I believe. He's introducing the legalization of marijuana on a federal, side where how right now it's legal in certain states, but not to the federally. The federal government is not recognized as illegal.
That's
at
why
all.
you can still get in trouble.
Yeah, of course. But he's trying to pass a bill that is allowing for it not to be illegal federally.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If it doesn't become illegal federally, that's when you'll start seeing packs of joints and
okay.
In
There's
stores.
packs of joints involved, right? But on another federal level, cigarettes can't be smoked in certain places. Right?
Yeah, of course.
So that's going to automatically label marijuana into that.
Of course.
Right? You can smoke it. Cool. We don't care. But you can't smoke it anywhere where you're supposed to smoke it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the point where even like in a place where you rent a home or an apartment, in your lease is going to say no smoking. You know what I'm saying? So now you're out in the street smoking, which are going to fucking give you tickets. Because if you notice the change, they don't fucking give. Well, I don't know. Down here it's been different for me. Down here they don't give you driving violation tickets for shit.
Well,
I'm really barely, But if you got weed on you, you definitely get. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just because it's a lot more drivers.
And plus, you heard the commercials down here. Drive bait, get busted.
Yeah, I've heard.
Come on, man.
Well, they've been saying that, and they say that in Washington State too. Like,
really?
if you're high, like, you'll give you a DUI, you'll catch a Dewey and shit.
And that's my point. It's like, yeah.
So you'll catch a Dewey.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a DUI and shit. And you're like, damn, like, so what's the point of it being legal?
You can't fucking, you shouldn't drive high anyways. I could barely fucking drive high. Even when I smoked at my height, I didn't like that shit. I'd be like, God damn,
I mean, maybe that's your opinion.
He sounded pretty biased there.
How do I sound biased? Because I said even when I did smoke regularly, I fucking really didn't.
You couldn't drive.
You really sounded like a Trump supporter there, buddy. You know what I mean? Like how he been shitting on everything the whole damn podcast, and then
I'm saying
that came
I
to
drive
smoke,
better
driving
drunk
high.
than I do when I'm high.
You like what?
All right, so
You drive drunk?
I drive better drunk when I'm hot than
Yo,
when I'm high.
nigga, me too.
Oh,
but I
shit.
could do both though.
Oh shit!
I gotta listen
this
on the back
nigga's
of my
wrong with me.
license. If you turn it around, it says Dewey certified.
A
shit.
professional drunk driver.
Yeah.
Nah, but what I'm saying is that I don't think that would be that's your preference. You know what I'm saying? Because driving high,
Well,
I think is a lot
regardless of driving high or whatever,
Yeah.
they want to hopefully pass it federally, so you don't have to get ticketed or whatever, you know, or it could be basically in any state. You know what I'm saying? You could just be like Florida doesn't even have to pass it. I guess it's a
lot of other shit they could be worried about. Basically,
you could be worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, on the grander scale, hell yeah.
You know.
Hell yeah. I mean, nothing has stopped us
Yeah,
for
you feel me?
fucking 15 years or however long we have each other been doing it.
Yeah, that's a whole fact.
But at the end of the day, like I said, how much will it change it being that fucking legalized and now it's taxed and now it's, you know what I'm saying? And it gets branded now. It's gonna be on TV. It's gonna be in commercials.
Takes the fun. He's like, yeah, I hear where you're going with it.
It's gonna be in the supermarket. You know,
Yeah,
then they're gonna be like 17-year-old kids caught smoking legal joints. You know, like the store owner sold these underage kids fucking a pack of fucking.
Well, I mean, it happens now when they get sold.
I know, but just imagine on a weed scale. You know, and cigarettes was bad for you, but weed get you high.
I mean,
know what I'm saying?
that's why I said it would pretty much be the same MO of it when it's brought to it, because at the end of the day, it's the same scenario shit gets done now. You know what I mean? My whole thing with them doing it on a greater scale like that is why isn't anybody gonna make the issue of, all right, so you guys finally found a way in, so now it can be legal?
I think it became a cultural thing, and just as age went on, like time went on, progressed, especially with social media, they noticed a trend in cultural things, and one of the biggest things in cultural is
smoking.
Is smoking weed.
But but that's what I'm saying.
You got artists in all genre of music that do it.
Yeah.
So there's always a fan that does it. Right, so if that certain artist becomes big and he brings along a lot of those fans, eventually it becomes very cultural and it affects money, because now you're like, all right, now you're a label, you book an artist in this stadium, but this artist brings some weed smokers, but he can't have the crowd and the outcome. He's not making the money because this certain city is like, yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you.
Being a fan and being a smoker, how many times have you been like, yo, I don't want to go to this place because I can't smoke in there? Just like
quite a few.
Yeah, even a club or whatever, you know, whatever you be in, and you be like, I want to enjoy somebody's music and shit.
Yeah, of course.
And you're like, damn, I'm not gonna go to that place, even though it's probably it would have been the best night of your life. You just was like, nah, I can't smoke in there, so fuck it.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
You know, so I mean, like that's what I mean. Well, for me though, don't get me wrong, man, because I'm for all the legalization, man. I'm waiting for that shit to happen in Florida. You already know. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm trying to jump in that. I'm trying to jump in that business as fast as I can.
Then you should already be in it.
I'm trying. No,
you won't be able to get into it. I can already give you all the laws.
No, don't worry. I told you, I'm real estate. I'm gonna get the real estate first, brother.
Listen, you have to have an established business.
I know.
Of over 10 years.
Yeah, I know all the rules.
Yeah, to even
you can't be a grower out here.
Can't be a grower or a vendor.
You can't be a vendor.
No,
you can work in it though. You can work in the industry.
Yeah, you can work in the you can be like, hey, give me a job, and you can be a bud tender.
A bud tender.
So they're basically gonna. All right, I get what you're saying.
Basically, they're just gonna cap the market here in Florida.
Check it. That's what I'm saying.
They don't want
California.
They don't want poor people coming up off of this, like happened in Colorado, where a lot of young people who are entrepreneurial minded to come up off of this.
Yeah, get what I'm saying. Get what I'm saying.
They don't want no new money in here.
Get what I'm saying. It's a greater scale to that. The same way there's a greater scale to every business and every form of business that has ever been created. And the greater scale of it is that now there are, how can I put it? Now there is a league of billionaires from this product.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I know you're going with this.
And this group, this elite group, whoever this group may be,
might lend a helping hand?
No.
Fuck lending a helping hand.
Don't say that yet.
Now this elite group,
now
that let's say this elite group has sat down with the federal government, has sat down with the president. Right. They sat down with everybody they needed to sit down with. But now it's like, all right, now that you guys are stepping in and we're going to let you guys get a piece of this wealth, now we got to cap it so that it's not an open industry. Now little Ray from Florida can't become the next billionaire because he got the banging strand of
now you just,
super sour.
You just opened up.
You get what I'm saying?
You just opened up the conversation right there. Because you want to know why? Because I didn't even get to read.
He said, aha.
You didn't even let me get to finish reading the whole article on the bill, but it does state in there that this bill that was introduced is backed by industry-owned millionaires.
Well, that's the thing is,
what do they call them?
Marlboro officially.
What do they call them when you give money to politicians? What do they call them?
A donation.
No, there's a name for them.
Lobbyists.
Lobbyists.
Oh, okay.
There are there are marijuana industry lobbyists that are backing the bill.
Check this out. Could they be marijuana lobbyists or big tobacco lobbyists?
It says industry.
I read something not too long ago that had said,
Marlboro bought the...
No.
Remember for years we've been seeing the Marlboro thing and it was a joke. It was a joke.
It wasn't a joke.
It's been a joke. It's been a joke. But now it's official because that shit was never confirmed by them ever.
Man, they've been said that they have pre-rolled packages like a year ago. Waiting to hit shelves.
They would confirm that a year ago.
They're just waiting for the government to let it go. But this is what I'm saying is now it's like, all right, you're taking an industry. It's an industry, all right?
Shout out to Big Tobacco.
So
if you want to sponsor me.
It's cultivation. It's all that. But you taking an industry where basically anybody, you could have made it from nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're taking that away from the average Joe.
Yeah, the guy that lives around
the street,
I'm saying? Around the corner.
And it's like, why... Well, we know who gives you the right, the government. You know what I'm saying? But why should that happen?
Because it's a regulation.
It's regulated like farmers markets.
See, but this is what I'm saying
like
now.
Farms this is what
like that. See, but this is what I'm saying now. Those.
How many farms can there be in so many places that produce?
See, but check it out. Check it out. This is what I'm saying.
How many tomatoes am I allowed to sell?
When it is
tomatoes
as a small farmer.
Exactly.
But my point is, what he's saying is, in this industry, that gives you the opportunity to become a big farmer, and now they're saying that these people are becoming millionaires off of being big farmers who started in their backyard farming. What happened is now they're regulating you from becoming a big farmer just as fast as regular people.
That is part of what I'm saying.
So what you're saying is they don't. From what I'm just gonna answer, I guess, to say is that they don't want that. You know, they don't want everybody to becoming big enough to be a lobbyist.
35.
You get what I'm saying? Because now when you become a lobbyist, you can obviously pay into the government, change shit.
Yeah, but that exactly is one part of what I'm saying. And then the second part of what I'm saying is how much are they going to fuck this beautiful thing up?
Oh, they're gonna fuck it all the way up.
You know what I'm saying? No. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the actual event of people buying it or anything like that. I'm talking about the actual fucking product itself.
Oh yeah, it's already
think about how they did tobacco from. I know some. Believe me, I know that already.
It's been.
But what I'm saying is,
90s.
What I'm saying is now they looked at it. And it was what's bringing it to the forefront and what's bringing it to the point of being legalized is the fight of how it's a medicine.
Yeah, medicinal use.
You know what I'm saying?
CBD and all that shit, whatever it's called.
But my whole thing is with their tinkering and whatever they're gonna do to it. Will they turn it into something that instead of being something that could help people,
it can harm us?
Exactly.
Well, you never know, man. Look what they did with that Spice shit.
To where you see how
look at Spice. Look at Spice. That shit that you bought legally over the counter that niggas was smoking and they driving.
You talking about like the K2?
Nice.
When I was legally, when I was legally growing in Washington, most of the stuff that we had. Okay. What we had, we saw.
He was like, I'm telling on myself.
Let me backtrack this. So everything we sold it to medical dispensaries.
Yeah.
There's not only a lot of these medical places and doctors have recommendations on what should and shouldn't be in the actual weed itself. There's also state procedures of chemicals and products that we were not allowed to use
while growing, and then certain defungicides that we are allowed to spray within certain weeks and months within flowering if we got powdery mildew, etc. Yeah, so it can dissipate or whatever.
Yeah, because most of the time it'll just
evaporate into the air.
It'll just evaporate. But like, let's say you're in your 6th week of flower, and then you got 2 weeks before you're about to pull the flower, and you're fucking spraying
some shit,
sulfide on it and shit. It's not gonna come off of the plant, and then now you're smoking it.
Yeah. That's some shit you do to the niggas.
So to answer the question is like, they do have regulations to make it safe.
What I'm saying is, Ray, it used to be like that with the food you eat.
That's true too.
You get what I'm saying? It used to be like that with the food.
Until it was federally run.
Until they came in and then they marginalized the market and then they shunned and they created
genetic corn.
It's not federally
genetic corn.
And there's nothing wrong with genetic corn.
I'm just saying.
The thing that's wrong is that they spray pesticides on this shit.
I get what you mean.
You get what I'm saying, though, Ray? Is that
versus natural versus scientific?
It started off a good thing.
I get what you're saying,
and
because
then they turned it back.
I sprayed a couple of things on the plant sometimes because I was like, this crop's about to die.
There you go, telling on himself again.
Y'all niggas smoking this shit.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, I'm not what I'm saying. What I get what he's saying is about, and that's what my point was to bring up. It being like, once it becomes to that point, how long until we reach what you're saying? You get what I'm saying?
Oh, it's probably already happening now.
I think it is happening now.
Look at these.
Being an avid consumer of such products,
have you heard of?
I feel like it's already happening.
And I'm not trying to badmouth any of these places that I'm going to say right now because I don't want to get fucking sued for slander. But have you heard of places like Aurora Cannabis? They're probably one of the biggest.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, in Canada.
I was actually looking into stock.
I was looking at buying stock for them a couple of years ago, which I should have because now
me too,
I would have been a millionaire right now.
Yep.
But they're so big. They're growing on what used to formerly be an airport. Is one of their biggest facilities. Yeah. So with an operation that big, you're obviously going to need to do a few things, here and there. But to be honest,
you want to know something?
Weed is a plant that is very, very, very easy to grow. And
check this out. You know that company is named after the actual area of Colorado.
Yeah.
Aurora Cannabis?
Yeah. They're named after that area, whatever the case may be.
I didn't know that because it's out of Canada.
Yeah, they named it after that area in Colorado. Oh. You know what I'm saying? That's an area where
they grow it.
I believe where they originally or whatever started growing it or whatever the case may be. But with that company, and like I said, because I was looking into them, they are worth so much right now. If you would have gotten,
and they're number 2. The number 1, I can't even remember their fucking name.
They're one of the biggest. Yeah, they're one of the biggest. You know what I'm saying? And as far as with stocks, they're one of the most expensive stocks to obtain right now.
That's what's up, dude. Cool.
Yeah, I remember when it was a penny stock, you used to be able to buy it for freaking 15-25 cents per share.
So yeah, now we know, we'll see what happens, man. If weed becomes legalized on the federal side, and we can get it anywhere.
Well, let's see. It starts now with this, and it might get shot down. But remember, it could always come back during the next hearings, and it could come back, a few years from now. So if it doesn't pass, it's not saying that would be the end all of it.
No, I'm not trying to say that that's what it was.
No, I understand, but I'm also explaining to the listeners.
Yeah, I'm just wondering I make you guys give both perspectives because I want everybody to be able to engage in the conversation with us.
My whole thing about what I was saying is I'm just wondering how long it's going to take before they start putting the stuff in that is harmful.
Yeah,
that is the con as opposed to the pro,
or at least when they start telling you.
Some places already are.
That's what I'm saying, or at least how long until they tell you it's happening.
Yeah, pretty
because
much.
I'm gonna get out of this. I'm gonna leave this subject after this, but you know me, I'm gonna hit you with a conspiracy real quick.
Conspiracy Mike.
Technically,
my man.
Technically, all weed has been tainted since the 70s or 80s. There's only like 2 places that you can get untouched real weed, and one of them is Jamaica. And I can't remember what the other spot is.
I can completely make that. It's false. There's actually somebody who worked for a seed. Basically, a person who's a seed geneticist.
Yeah.
And one of their big guys died last year. Actually searching for seeds. He caught malaria. He traveled all over the world looking for new strands of weed that may have made it to that region. You know, because weed is originally from the Himalayan mountains in Afghanistan.
Yeah, right.
But basically, his job was he got paid by these seed geneticists to
see if they can find it somewhere else.
Find some cool fucking weed somewhere. And this motherfucker, I seen a little documentary about him. He'd be fucking in the swamps, tromping around, looking for some new bud, new strand that's never been touched to fuck with.
That's what's up, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's we gotta look into that for next time to see which ones haven't been touched. We gotta spread that information.
But even if they are touched, all you're doing is just taking one strand and then you made it with another. There's nothing wrong with that.
Saying that with just,
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the additives when it's done.
Yeah.
Like I've and I ain't gonna throw nobody under the bus, but I've seen people
kind of threw myself under the bus.
Yeah, you did throw yourself under the bus.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
and with you, all right. So you being the example that has thrown yourself under the
what
bus.
I was just saying
I'm talking about when you spray some shit on it afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna spray Raid and shit. Like you used to hear back in the day. Like I'm gonna spray some Raid on this weed. Watch, they gonna get fucked up.
Oh, no.
I never sprayed no Raid, but I'm just saying you guys never heard of people.
I hope nobody ever did me dirty like that.
Yo, me neither, dude.
I mean, I'm from Jersey, so I've known it to happen.
Yeah.
I might have even smoked it once or twice. I might have even done it once or twice to somebody. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to end is with, let's hope they don't fuck up the weed when it becomes legal.
Word. Keep it pure, baby.
I concur.
On some other real, I mean, it's not like out of bounds or anything, but it's been popping up a lot. And I figured, you know, lifestyles, might as well bring that shit up.
Okay.
And it's just the awkwardness of blackface popping up in media all the time, son. Like, not just...
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, not just like...
If we could do a blackface skit.
No.
Nah, not at all.
You can't do that shit, man.
Not at all.
Look, tune into Wet Floor, then you know why he says these
Tune into Wet Floor and you might catch one of them skits.
You know why he says these things if you listen to Wet Floor.
He goes by Ray No More.
This is how he plugs himself all the goddamn time on my show. So anyway,
I do apologize.
So now I'm not just talking about
now with that. With what you saying about that?
Hold up, let me I'm saying.
What's the whole?
I don't want it to seem like we get too black racist in here. Like to like yell. I call it black racist.
The Black Klansman.
Yeah, so where we're yelling and being mad about it popping up. I just want to bring up the topic of how weird it is that it is becoming an issue again.
No, I'm not. And this is the whole thing. It's not being mad about it being brought up. It's being mad about it being brought to the forefront again.
Yeah, again, that's what my point is.
And why is it so easy to be brought to the forefront?
Why is it even being pulled up? Like, why?
Well, it's being pulled up. I'm gonna tell you why it's being pulled up. I'm glad you're saying it like that, and it's being pulled up because it's being pulled up because of the classic saying, "What's done in the dark will come to light." You understand what I'm saying? We are in a day and age where social media can bring your past back into your reality.
Can I play devil's advocate for 1 second?
Please.
Sure.
One thing I was thinking myself too is like, you can't be so inherently fucking stupid. And then I thought, but maybe you can.
You can. You've witnessed this before from people. Not blackface stuff, but just stupid shit.
So what's saying that whoever designed it fucking really wasn't even thinking blackface?
I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
Or maybe he wasn't even being racist. Maybe he was just like, damn, I'll put some fucking lips around this thing. And, you know, didn't think of the color, and he was so he was so innately ignorant because remember, Gucci is an Italian company. They don't know too much about
We didn't get to Gucci part, so don't bring that part.
Before we try to bail out anybody, let me just say it this way.
Period.
Let me just say it this way.
And why it's coming up.
If you were the designer and you made that sweater and you had a model try it on and they put the sweater on.
But I didn't want you to bring up the sweater yet, but go ahead.
Shit, my bad.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. But
I just wanted to bring up the fact that it was coming up like between politicians and like it's just showing up. And then all of a sudden I was going to say, you know, okay, now they got the sweater that popped up. Like, do you think that
so
Gucci
we blew your
that?
whole setup is what you're saying.
Yeah, kind of, but it's not a problem. But what my whole fact was going to be like, why do you think it's popping up? And then how all of a sudden does Gucci make a fucking sweater that relates to this? Like, it's a marketing fucking scheme.
Now,
can I
shed some light?
5%.
Let me shed some light on that.
You see what I'm saying, though? Like, you know how shit work. Like, it's weird. Like, how the fuck, like, 3 politicians in the past 2 weeks get exposed for it, which I'm not saying is not wrong. Like, yeah, these niggas did some fucked up shit, whether they thought it was funny or not. But how do all of a sudden now we have, like, a designer that is portrayed in the black community? They even gave Dapper Dan a fucking job, and then all of a sudden they come out with.
I think it was just being dumb.
You think it was by mistake?
Can I touch tab on it?
Listen, I think
go ahead.
They're fucking Italian designers. They're not over here looking at our race and culture.
Check this out. With the
they're not. They're fucking.
You think Dapper Dan designed it?
No. Yeah, retarded. With the whole political side of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, what was done in the dark is coming to light. You know what I'm saying? I mean, whether it was done for them as jokes, whether it was done as they did it. Point blank, period. You know what I mean? That's like saying, there's no footage coming out of old famous black celebrities doing whiteface.
Is that even a thing?
And that's
yes, whiteface was a thing.
Okay, so now that's good because you see what I'm saying.
Black artists used to have to paint their faces white at some point to be on television.
So it's still a racist thing towards a black person.
Which my thing was gonna. That's what my skit was.
That's why black people don't do whiteface.
I was gonna see if we could do vice versa.
Only Dave Chappelle did it.
This is what I'm saying is that the whole thing with it is like.
It's a good old fashioned pancake.
When they did it back in the day, we're touching what they looked at probably as good times.
You know what I'm saying? You mean those people that were paying
as making America great again?
No, as them making a fucking inside joke or just a comfortable joke amongst each other. Which is like, damn, now your racism that you had a comfortable conversation with amongst your colleagues or whatever is being brought to the forefront.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what my point is not my point, but basically, like, how is it now that, like, why didn't they bring it up then? Like,
because back then we had something that was simple and it was just considered as a picture.
So there's people searching for
there
this
was
stuff.
a picture. I wouldn't say there's people searching, but I would say that a picture is a memory that'll last forever still. Let's not get it twisted.
Didn't they get Drake doing blackface, or was that just a joke?
No, that he actually did do that, and it was for some, whatever, it was for some press, whatever, some shit. But my whole thing about it is that with those politicians, back in the day, all we had was a camera.
True.
So somebody took a picture.
At the only moment they can take a picture.
And that picture stood buried until one day this person became, now he's much more
known.
No, not even more known. He's at a whole nother higher level in power.
Right.
Because this
he's
dude,
not a celebrity or nothing.
This dude was
of
just.
Of course, I know that.
He was an average Joe when he did that whole blackface shit, but now he's a senator or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now that he's in this position, that they're cleaning out his closet, they're setting him up for presidency.
So this motherfuckers running around right now like, yo, get the old photos out.
Yeah, whoever was cleaning that shit out.
We gotta search to make sure I didn't do blackface that one Halloween.
No, I'm saying it's not even just that; it's anything.
What's boofing? And he was like, "Oh, that just means we're farting." Like, no, y'all niggas were butt chugging.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? But as far as with them, it's them dirty secrets and those dirty things that they played and made laughter about amongst that comfortable circle they had being brought to light. Yo, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, this is a quick fucking one of those like they did in the movie, like message. Yo, youngins, be careful what you do.
Yeah, period.
Growing up. You know, I used to party and have dope fun and do crazy shit with my homies, nigga.
But we didn't put it on camera.
Yeah, we didn't put that shit on no pictures, none of that shit.
We ain't put it on camera.
And luckily, let's just hope, you know, I pray I become known. They ain't got nothing to pull up on my ass except for a little paperwork that I got arrested for, and that's it.
Yeah, you feel me?
You know, you ain't gonna pull no pictures offline or from my family photo section of me doing some crazy shit, yo.
You may see me with a busted, I ain't got a cut, nigga head looking crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because niggas, at times was hard back
I didn't
then. You
even
couldn't
take
afford a
pictures
cut every
growing
week.
up. I'm the type of dude that
I
used
took a
to
lot
be
of
like,
pictures where I was trying to flex.
nah, I was growing up and being out in parties and shit. I was the nigga that as soon as I seen people pose for pictures, I slid off.
He said,
like,
I took the picture.
So
I
what
wasn't
about
the one
this?
in the picture,
What about
damn it.
this? What about
I
this?
used to slide
y'all
off.
Y'all don't see nothing wrong with what the bodybuilders do when they spray all that fucking bronzer on themselves, and I call it a black. And it's like
paint themselves tan.
See, but no,
They
that's,
tan
and
themselves.
that's what I'm saying. That's not the whole thing about it. Is that's not in the same content of blackface.
Because blackface was made
because that
to
was
be
made to
degrading,
specifically
to make fun of
that
a
was
race.
made to portray a race.
Yeah, it was made to make fun of them on
You're trying
TV.
to portray a race too, like you're trying to have
but to make fun of
have
them.
that black body.
But
Hold on.
But the thing was,
but they not. That's the whole thing, and that's where it's getting. That's where that gets looked at differently.
Because you know those white guys are thinking in the back of their head like, okay, these black guys look stronger than me, so if I spring myself, maybe
that might be a subliminal thought, but you can't take a picture of that to make fun of. You can't take a picture of his mental thought.
Can't.
But you can't take a picture of your mental thought to make fun of this black guy. See, blackface was created when black people couldn't be on TV. So they put this guy painted in black paint to portray the black person on TV, right? Because he was the character. But they were making fun of the character while doing it. There was no serious acting coming from the person playing blackface. It was always that jigaboo
you guys
fucking...
ever see the movie Bamboozled?
Yes.
With Spike Lee?
Yes.
Fucking awesome movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Classic.
It's a classic movie.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between someone going and getting a bronze tan
and
or
see,
whatever.
My point exactly. When Spike Lee did it, it was because he was making the culture aware of what they were doing to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before then, a lot of people didn't even know that that's how they mimicked us.
If I put some bronzer on, you guys aren't going to be mad at me then?
I'm saying if you're saying, yo, look, man, I just want to be darker because
I want to be darker. I want to look more Puerto Rican.
Technically, health wise, your skin should be darker because if you do the proper things and consume the right vitamins, your skin is supposed to tan up to protect you from the sun.
Yeah, I look like I got jaundice because I drink too much.
Especially if your race doesn't fall under areas of Russia, like in Russia and Germany areas,
the Caucasus Mountains,
the Caucasus areas. If your blood doesn't descend from
that is
it,
a Viking.
if your blood doesn't descend from those areas, you should be able to tan up. And if you don't tan up, it's because you have a lack of, and there's certain things like you said, vitamin D to take, to help build it more.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen overnight, but it does
the progression of your melanin.
But I tell you one thing: stop using fucking suntan lotion, okay? And give you guys this dark people don't use the regular suntan lotion shit that people use, okay? Because that shit has bleaching agents in it.
He said, okay.
You don't want to do that to yourself.
Unless you're Black China.
Yeah, unless you're Black China. Whatever that means.
She was selling a bleaching cream in Nigeria.
Good shot.
Oh, shit. You see that shit?
Yeah. But that's why I say, like, with that, you know what I mean? And that's on the political side of it. And, I mean, that's on any side of it. Because now that it is being brought out, people's dark secrets of what they thought was being a joke amongst friends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's showing that, yo, man, like...
It's not a joke.
What do you really think about us? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day... You know, we come so far to now feel like we're being pushed so far back.
Right. I mean, okay, that's understandable. I definitely understand. Cool. It's not cool. I just wanted to get a perspective on why this shit is, I don't know, man, because I don't like being racist and I don't like being on either side.
No, it's not
being
that
I like being racist.
Being that I'm mixed, and this has nothing to do with, people could be like, oh, because you're white, half white or whatever. For me, it was worse because of that. But at the end of the day, I don't like that it's blackface, so don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is, damn, like, these niggas did the shit. They're in positions of power. People can expose them and shit. But how the fuck does this relate now into a fucking fashion design now that we are protesting against, which I love even more than the fact that we shouldn't even be talking about blackface, right? But now it worked out. How did this work out that now we get to boycott? Let's see how many people actually do it. But boycott a company that in my last podcast is exactly what the fuck I was talking about. Is stop fucking celebrating these Italian companies and these people who don't spend money in your fucking in your race and your culture, but look how they trying to make money.
They influence your culture, yeah.
And that's crazy that I swear to God that Gucci took this fucking time to run with it, with the fact that it's out in the news. How many white people that are dickheads will go and buy that shit just so they could be like, yo, fuck them?
Check this out. I was fucking around on Facebook this morning, and shout outs to
how many racist people you think is gonna go buy that sweater? He just said, I don't know if anybody heard this. Stocks just went up 5% after the sweater came out.
And check this out. Shout out to Scott Silver, another local comedian and shit.
And this is why I be saying, yo, that
he said he was in the Gucci store
bro.
yesterday. This was on a post that he made this morning, and not a post, but in a comment that he made to somebody about him shopping at a certain mall, and said that he went into the Gucci store and he was like, hey, guess what? And he made it as a joke, as a poke back at his buddy and shit. He was like, hey, guess what? Your boycott's not working because the store is filled with black people right now, while I'm in here.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's coming out. People are getting exposed to it. They talk about it. They come out with a Gucci shirt that look like this shit. You got famous people actually. I don't know how many people have actually said it, but it. How much are we gonna take a stand and actually boycott the shit and boycott everything? Like, you guys they're talking about this senators and people that are doing it and they're facing trials, but to boycott the senator means that you got to get him out.
No,
you should all vote to be like he needs to be gone.
We should have been boycotting Gucci. Check this shit out.
Of course.
How come everybody, all these, listen, all these white people want to talk about we need to support American companies and bring money into America, but you want to buy Gucci, which is a fucking Italian-owned company. They're taking all their profits, all their money. They may have an American division, but at the end of the day, the company is an Italian-owned company. Yep. So it shouldn't even just be a fucking white or black thing. It should be like
half Italian. I tell you what, the motherfuckers is pretty goddamn racist. Okay.
I got good friends that are Italian.
No, so I mean, you know me. I have family that's Italian, but my mother is Italian, so I'm not saying anything wrong to my own.
So they got the door chime when you come into the businesses?
I'm just saying stereotypically Italians.
You know what I was talking about?
What?
The door chime when you come into their business.
Who's the Italian people? Oh, you're stupid.
Yeah, no more.
Excuse Ray.
No more. But nah, this is what I am like as far as with that and with
boycott Gucci.
You know what I mean? My whole thing with that is we should be trying to empower each other and put each other to a different plateau. You know what I mean? I feel like there would be more self-made millionaires and self-made on the road to be billionaires if we supported more amongst each other. You know what I mean? Man. It's crazy because it's funny because you just said I was just checking out something on like a TMZ interview or something that a TMZ clipping or something that I was looking at, and it was like Soulja Boy said he spent like
millions or billions or something, you know, on their brand.
Into that brand. Like, imagine if he would have spent that into homie brand that's popping right now. That's just a dude from, let's say, Brooklyn with a nice hot brand.
Think of somebody. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if he would have spent that million into that dude. That would be a millionaire just off of that man.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yo.
You feel what I'm saying?
And then that's why.
And how good would you feel to boast about that, as opposed to being like, yo, yeah, I did this much for this brand, and this brand was already solidified before you did it for him.
He did it for him. Right?
You know what I'm saying? If you would have made this man's brand pop that nobody know about, but it's a couple people rocking a couple pieces here and there.
That's why I brought this topic up.
That man would have been a millionaire.
It fell into what I was talking about last time. That's why I brought it up, because it almost felt exactly.
It's crazy.
This almost, to me, almost is like, for me, because, you know, I look into shit, it's like a big kick in the face for what I was saying last time.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that I'm like, yo, support your own, because the motherfuckers don't care, right? And they just using your money to enrich themselves. They even using your culture now.
Yeah, everything about you. Everything about you and
your
around
past it's degrading past to make $1 off
to capitalize.
You couldn't even do that. Like being a black person, you even if you had the opportunity, you wouldn't do it. But at the same time, it would be like, damn, nigga, at least at least you should have did that first or whatever. You know what I mean? But that was my point of bringing it up because I like I said, I didn't want to get into this whole like black racist, fuck the white man shit.
You don't want to get political again.
Yeah, so I just brought it up because it is in the culture. It's a part of our lifestyle.
I don't think you said anything fucking
offensive.
I hope I didn't because sometimes I
can't. You didn't say anything against black or white people. I did, but you didn't.
I just me personally, especially talking to people, I don't like to get into the politics of shit because if you want to get real, either side shouldn't be degrading either side. You know what I'm saying? And we should learn to all work together and fuck the corny racism.
Unless it's for the sake of comedy.
Unless it's for the sake of comedy because Ray's upset about the fucking...
no, I got what y'all saying. You know what I mean? We ain't here to offend nobody.
Shit, that politically correct bullshit.
Yeah, like the censorship of comedy. But I mean, that's here and there. That's neither here nor there. We ain't talking about comedy on my shit.
Can I hop on something real quick before we jump off of this?
No,
sure.
All right, what's the problem?
Listen. The fucking design was stupid as shit anyways.
It is stupid.
All right.
I don't even like the shirt without the shit on it.
Not only with the fucking, okay, let's just take the whole fucking red lips out of it. They fucking cut a hole around the lips. The whole fucking purpose of this attire is to fucking keep my face warm and some frostbite type shit.
You know what they did it for,
you're
man.
A fucking idiot.
You know exactly what they did it for. They pushed their boundaries and they got exactly.
Then they should have sold a fucking stick of.
They got a small little podcast talking about them. They did exactly what they want to do. They
should have sold the sweater and then taped a fucking thing of lipstick on it and shit. Here you go, put some red lips on there.
It was a stupid idea. Hopefully they take it down. Maybe they don't. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. It just,
Nah, I think they already did take it down, and they do like a sincere apology and all that.
And Prada did some shit like that a couple of months ago. But shout out to all the black business and
big shout out
clothing
to
owners,
black owners, black business.
Yeah, man. Even for
push
those
this shit, man. Let's get this better.
Exactly. Send us emails or send us whatever you would like to within our IGs and all that. You know what I mean? So we can help promote that as well. You know what I'm saying?
We'll send us a free shirt, a hat, or something. Send me some socks. We'll all wear them during the podcast.
He's always asking for some shit. When we get the video,
popping, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Send it to us.
He said, I like free shit. But now, I mean,
all like free shit.
Everybody would. But, you know what I mean? As far as with that, still, like I said, we'll take the post or whatever and we can do to help promote it and keep the culture going. We definitely will be a part of that. So,
all right, so one last thing, y'all.
Go ahead, what's up?
I had talked to you guys in private about this, so we gonna do a little something, I guess positive. I don't know what you want to call that shit. But I want to kind of help knowledge people, giving people knowledge, Okay. I'm not that knowledgeable, but I'm learning as I go along, so I'm going to teach as I go along too, right? So one thing I want to do is, even though it sounds kind of corny, but it is, being older and working on it, it does help with today's society and its credit.
Okay.
Right, and I feel like most people ain't really too knowledgeable. They scared of credit. You know what I'm saying? And, this is probably the same old story you hear from every person that talk about that shit.
I think it's just the whole cycle of once it's fucked up and how it seems so hard to reobtain. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I get that. But, nowadays and age, too, as long as you're doing something, as long as you're hustling, look, I'm a hustler. I work on many jobs and products to try to make $1, right? So don't get me wrong that depending on credit is what I'm trying to get at because working hard for me is what gets you by, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But getting older, and then you have people that want to buy homes. You want to own a home. You want to get you a nice car that you can afford and shit.
Yeah,
these things comes with credit, and you got to work on these things. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes just to go over maybe some ways that you can try to improve your credit score, or maybe you guys can ask some questions that maybe I can answer, or you guys can answer anything that I might not know. Just to give other people kind of information. I know it's a little bit out of the realm of being the MELLO-ROOM, but I mean, as long as we got this platform, why not, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, at least I got like a couple ways that you can kind of improve your credit. I'm just gonna start with some personal ideas that I got. So I know it, takes money in the bank. It takes a job and shit. to be able to establish credit, right? You got to have some kind of income, whether it be your own business and shit. You could do it with your own business, you know, but at least, you know, number one thing, man, file taxes, yo. Even if it's $200 you made on your business that month, file it. You don't look for the taxes back. Just file the money you make, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Then, you know, you apply for your credit cards or whatever, and you'll get approved for certain things. You want to look, though, for major banks, Capital One, you know, American Express, People Discoveries. You know, you don't want to get these off-bank brands that be like Simple Bank or...
But I got a question, because, see, that's good. What about for the man that, let's say, it's like for the man that is already in the fucked up state?
Okay, let me...
If he's applying for credit cards, they're not gonna...
That your credit's already fucked up or you don't have credit?
It would be... No, it would be for the man whose credit is already fucked up. You
that he had
saying?
credit and fucked it up?
Yeah.
Okay, your best bet on that end is to apply for the secure cards. And in my opinion, and other people's opinions that I've gotten, try to get a secure card. But in that aspect, too, you still want to look for the known bank brands.
Okay.
Don't go to these small... off-name loan companies that are offering this shit because you're not getting no good percentage. By the time you pay off the money you owe, it's way more. It's not helping your credit score that well. But you want to get the secure card. So this is for people who's got fucked up credit. You need to gain it back, right? It's gonna be kind of a slow process, but this is the way you work on it, and it has to do more. Once you're approved, maybe for the secure card, is your first leap. You know what I'm saying? So once you get that, it's more of an internal thing than the card itself. So for me, and it's perfect because I'm in that situation, getting my credit back. I had the guy approved for the secure card. Now you can put down a certain amount of money as a down payment. For me, it was $49. I'm under Capital One. It's $49. They gave me $200 credit limit. Now, the initial sign-up, they give you an option, and it's nothing less than $49, but you can make it $50, $51 as your down payment. The higher the dollar, a couple extra dollars on the credit limit. So if it's $49 for $200, you would say, if you said, let me put $100, you was probably getting $300. I can't explain the ratio right now.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel where you're going with it.
So I started with $49. I kept my limit at $2, and this is where it becomes internally, where you practice your better skills at keeping it. So you got $200 credit limit. Doesn't mean you have to spend $200 every month, but you don't want to spend like $1. You know what I'm saying? But you want to use that card at least once, twice a month, in a significant amount that you're able to comfortably pay back at the end of the month. You don't want to do the low payments. You don't want to do. You want to pay it off. You spend $40 when your bill cycles. You want to pay that $40 back.
Yeah.
Probably even maybe 2 days or so before the actual due date. So that because the way bills work, and anybody pays bills, they say it's due on the 12th. If you pay on the 12th, they might not take the money out to the 15th.
Yeah. So it's just having that extra.
So you kind of want to
showing that you put that extra effort, initiative to pay it extra,
put the effort,
to pay it in ahead of its time.
You paid it 3 days before your due date, so they could take it out on the due date.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And you paid in the full amount. You do that respectively for 6 to 12 months. Within a year, you'll start getting letters. You'll start seeing that they'll want to give you more. You know what I'm saying? It's all about responsibility. It's all about...
Yeah.
And that's how your actual credit works. You know, initial credit, if you ever get, accepted as credit and your first time or whatever, that's how it works. There's responsibility with it. And it's not about paying the minimum. Don't pay the fucking minimum.
Pay it off.
You're not getting no points for that. They looking at it like, okay, he's paying back, but
he's doing
the minimum effort to,
Yeah.
And this applies in life too. People look at shit like that. You put in the minimal effort, they give you the minimal respect for it. So it works hand in hand.
Of course.
So that's where you want to start at. Is going to the secure card, being comfortable with the amount of money you're able to pay back on a timely basis, and being comfortable with that. Give it a year or two, and do that. And respectfully work your credit into a certain limit.
You should be back in the good place.
And it'll help with your score. The limit of amount of money that you have has nothing to do with your score. If you only have a limit of $400, does not mean your score is bad. It just means that's what you're comfortable with handling. That's what comfortable they're giving you.
Yeah.
Score is based on what you do. You know what I'm saying? With your credit. So once your score gets high, that's when you start going and asking for your
Lambos.
Yeah.
Not playing.
So when you
You
go
can buy a
balling,
Lambo. You can go buy a Lambo with your credit,
So
but
once
you
your
gotta pay the
score's
bills,
right,
bro.
Yeah.
that's when the doors open.
I'm sorry, you know I had to
That's
throw
when you
something
start
out there.
balling.
Yeah, because it was getting too serious. But anyway, that's what you want to do. You know, that's how you want to get out of your debt, or not get out of your debt, but work out of it. You know what I'm saying? The worst case scenario, and people kind of shun at it, is file bankruptcy. Depending on your situation, it is a good idea.
I always heard depending on your level of debt.
Before you jump on there, can I give you a little
depending
history?
on your level of debt and depending on the situation that you're in, personally, bankruptcy is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But before you get into that, can I give you a little history on credit? Do you know who started the credit card?
No, I don't.
JCPenney.
Okay.
JCPenney started.
JCPenney. I used
Said
to shop there.
JCPenney.
JCPenney started.
JCPenney.
The
I
whole,
feel like
the whole
they
credit
did.
card.
I
the
like
whole
the
credit card
emphasis
thing.
he put on
which
it.
was so you could
Dead ass.
so they could pull more money out your pocket into their business. And JCPenney.
I feel like they did too. I remember the JCPenney.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's a good information. I feel like they did
Fun
start
fact,
because I
fun
remember
fact.
being a kid and the parents having the JCPenney card and shit.
1959, 1960
that's
is
when it
when
started?
yeah, is when
Yeah.
when JCPenney first implemented the first credit card for, which is what we now know as everybody uses it. All the banks, all the major institutions, what they use is credit cards.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's cool. That's all right. So to answer your question, I would start there.
Okay.
Start there. Start with the secured card, and then kind of take the steps I said, and just kind of, be confident about what you're doing with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't get the $200 limit and then go spend $200 the next day.
No, you got to pay that $200 back.
And then at the end of the month, you're like, damn, I only got $100. Now, don't get me wrong. Put that $100 down.
Yeah, definitely.
Do not pay the bill if you don't have the money.
Yeah, that's how you wind up with the bad credit.
Yeah, that's how you gonna wind up getting fucked up because then you got late payments, no payments, shit like that. But like I said, it's comfortableness, it's being confident in using it. Can't be scared about it. You just gotta be responsible with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like whipping it out, you got to be confident.
Yeah.
Just like
Confidence
whipping
is
it
the
out.
fucking key, baby. Other than that, just kind of a couple things. Just kind of helping improve, doing things for your credit score. One of them, paying on time, paying in full amount. Showing, check your score. Like, don't be scared to check your score. That myth about checking it doesn't knock your what do you call it, down. It doesn't knock the score down. It doesn't fuck with it. Check on it because people could be making fraudulent claims on your score.
Check on that bitch.
And then when you look at it, you can see and check, that if there's anything on there, they'll give you the numbers to call and make, do those things.
They'll help you rectify.
That's one thing
it.
I noticed about people too. They might see an issue, but then they don't want to make the phone calls and be on hold and shit. But you know what? If it's got something to do with your fucking credit and you're trying to get it better, stay on hold, man, and just get through it and fucking get it done. Because I did it with my school loans. I did it with my bank accounts, and my credit score shot up as soon as they got it.
It makes sense, of course, because like in anything in life,
Or you could give the
sometimes you got
phone
to
to
pay
your
what you owe.
kids and be like, listen, when somebody comes on the phone.
When somebody picks up the phone, just hand it to me.
Look, I don't live here no more.
Don't ignore the creditors, nigga. Just talk to them. Send them nice letters.
Just talk to them,
Nah,
man.
for real. Send them letters. Like, if you can't pay,
they'll definitely work
Don't
with
make
you.
them
I don't know
feel
how
like
many
they don't
times.
exist.
I don't know how many times they've been like, look, can you at least give us $10 a month?
Yeah,
like they've legit asked for
if you
that
can't
medium
pay,
amount of money
if
from me,
you
'cause
don't
I'm
even
in
got
debt,
if you spend $200 out of your credit limit and you don't got nothing to pay the month and it's not, call them. Call them up and be like, look, man, I want to pay your bill, but I don't get paid on that date. I get paid, whatever. It's whatever your case is. Don't use it to your advantage because you want to be an asshole. Do it because you want to be responsible.
I don't pay no hospital bills.
He said, I wanna pay y'all, but the way my account is set up, I can only pay what is given and put into my hand.
Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, make those phone calls, be responsible about it, and you can work on your credit score. I mean, I don't want to get too much into it right now. We'll couple more podcasts, I'll throw more and more information in, and we might even bring some people in
10-4, that'll be hot.
You know, just to kind of give that information.
That'll be hot.
And just work on it. You know, pay attention to what you're doing. Spend your money responsibly. You know, don't play with the white people's money. Hopefully, you can make enough money to. Wait, why you laugh? I'm trying to be serious, man.
Hey, he took a slick jab. You're learning. Ray was like, he's learning from me. Look at him.
Because like 15 minutes ago, he's like, I don't want to seem like I'm the racist.
Like I'm hurting anybody.
That sounds like some shit I would say. Don't take the white man's money.
Ray just laughed it off like, he's learning. He's catching on well.
You know what I'm saying?
He said, don't take the white people's money.
And you know, I'm just trying to teach motherfuckers do better with your shit. You know what I'm saying? We can all do better if people like us give them the confidence to do better. Because, you know, we ain't shit. So
we ain't shit.
If I ain't shit, you ain't shit.
I still ain't shit.
He said, when I feel like, it ain't time for you to be shit no more.
Word up. You know, so.
Great shout out to a great movie, man. That was juice right there. You know what I mean?
I hope my information was kind of somewhat helpful. Or at least,
yeah, it should be.
I'm gonna come up with some more shit, you know, as we come along, man.
Definitely.
It was just we getting too long, and I wanted to throw it in there.
Yeah, we stretching it out here.
So with that being said, man, we're gonna give a quick shout outs to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man, like I always say, man, shout out to everybody I fuck with. If you fucks with me, I fucks with you, so let's get it together. You already know, you know what I mean? Like I say all the time, there is too many people for me to go through. Believe me, there is way too many people for me to go through. So I just want to say,
scroll through my Facebook.
Yeah, you know, I just want to,
definitely,
man, I just want to take the time and shout out everybody from, you know, back home, Coney Island. You know what I'm saying? Even though
Coney.
Yeah, definitely even the people here in the hometown, you know what I mean? The second hometown of Kissimmee and Orlando. You know what I mean? Like I said before, artists, if y'all are looking to display your talent, whatever the talent may be on whatever plateau and platform, just feel free to holler at us, man. Hit us up. Mike, you got to definitely let them know what the Gmail is.
Gmail is MELLO-ROOM, just how the you see it spelled? No, it's not hyphenated.
No hyphen. It's not hyphenated.
No. It's MELLO-ROOM. MELLO. MELLO. Room 1025 at gmail.com.
Say it one more time for me.
It's one more time for you. It's MELLO ROOM 1025 1025 at gmail.com.
Like the breakdown. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like I said, shout out to everybody. It's always all love. You know what I mean? It's Big Ooze. Y'all can always look me up. Get at me on IG. That's Ooze_585. You already know. And y'all can also holler.
You get it right this time?
Yeah, I got it right this time. I got it right this time, guys. You know what I'm saying? And also, you know what I mean? Just look forward and keep your ears open because we coming.
We coming, man. This is happening. We ain't stopping.
We coming, no homo.
All
day.
Of
course.
Pause.
Ray, with that being said, your turn, bro.
Okay, I want to give a shout out to myself because I'm this shit.
Nice. I think he's feeling the 5 roses.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, and it's about to get on and popping.
He said they're blooming
in the Wet Floor podcast. No, but I want to give a shout out to y'all gentlemen and shit for having an awesome show. I actually had a really good time being the man behind the computer over here today.
I'm glad you're there because we can't get it done without you.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to everybody and everyone who fucks with Mr. Lucas and
that's barely
and
nobody.
Ozzy. Shout out to I'm gonna give a shout out to ASAP Scream, my homie Kamal.
All right, big
you know what I mean?
Definitely. Big shout out to Kamal.
If you need your screens done, talk to Ray.
Yes, hit me up.
Yeah, definitely get at them, man. They doing some great work, man.
Boom, boom. Shout out to Darren Johnson, Orlando's premier. He started off as like a fitness guru, but now he's like, I do real estate. I do.
He's an entrepreneur, like myself.
Entrepreneur. Yeah, he's a motivational speaker and shit. He be getting me up sometimes, like, yo, you need to get up and promote.
Oh, he's your personal motivational speaker.
Yeah. Hey, but if y'all ever need to, like, looking for some motivation and shit, just try to befriend him and shit. You so shout out to Dan Johnson. Shout out to John Ski, man. He just got local Orlando producer just got one of his songs that he produced for Chinese Kitty or whatever it is for Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if any of y'all fuck with Love and Hip Hop. One of his songs was premiered there with her. She did a show. So shout out to John Ski.
Nice. Shout out Johnny.
And of course, and always shout out to Studio 1025.
Yes, sir.
All right, yo. With that being said, I guess it's up to me.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna give you guys a shout out. It's out of town. But you ain't know about it. But I talked to the man, so I told him we gonna work some shit out. And I want to give a big shout out to our homeboy D Mello.
Oh, bro, that's my brother from another mother.
I want to shout out D Mello.
D Mello. Goddamn it!
I told him on the phone he need to listen to my shit.
Know that's my brother.
He already trying to fucking produce the show, right? I'm like, listen, motherfucker.
Shit. He all over it. He all over it.
I like, listen, nigga. You come on the show, you do what I say.
That's
nigga.
my brother, man.
But yo,
more than words,
I love his
man.
movement right now. We was on the phone talking for mad long, and I want nothing but big shit for this. And he's working with his pops.
Yeah, definitely.
And he got Prefer My Dad leathers.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I'm sorry, not leathers, furs.
Yeah.
Furs. He making fur coats, fur jackets, fur t-shirts,
like
fur
legit
jeans.
or-
legit fur.
Legit.
So they getting like real like chinchillas and
Yeah, they getting fur.
raccoon.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
types
If
of
you got a
shit.
design, like if you got a design you want, you know what I mean?
Matter of fact, this
I'm
is
from
a
Florida.
surprise.
I want some raccoon shit.
Nigga, listen, this is a surprise for you guys. Because I talked to the man. I said, bro, look, we need that shit over here.
He been hitting me too. I got to get at him, man.
I talked to him.
I'm sorry I missed your call the other day, man. He know I've been
We'll
going
talk
through
off
it.
air about what needs to happen for it to get here. But we talked about it, and I told him I need something. I need it with the Prefer My Dad shit on it, hats. We need all that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
We talked about his whole scheme, you know, outside of that with the label. We, like I said, off air, we'll discuss that shit. But big up to him.
Shout out to brother.
Keep that fucking pushing. Yo, sorry, brother. I can't remember the purse line. I want to say it's Chavella.
Damn, I seen him posted the other day too, and I can't remember.
Yeah. I don't.
It's Chavella, but you know what I love about the whole thing that's most beautiful? Is that he doing it with his parents, son.
Yeah.
And I want that brand to build up.
The fan, hell yeah.
I want that brand to build up dumb big, you know, to help him and his family, because that's dope, because a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, especially rent prices are high over there in New York.
Word up. And a lot of people don't do that for their mother and father and represent their name on their product.
Yeah, man, and they really big on.
You know,
family,
a lot of people make
family.
a product and help their family, but not a lot of people put their family's actual names.
Incorporate their family into the structure of the product.
Big that
as much
shit
as
up.
he
Go
is.
look it up. It's under D Melo's page.
It's under D Mello.
It's D Melo. Look up D Melo.
D Mello on IG.
Yeah. Some shit like that.
D Mello.
And support that movement for us and do your thing. Also, I want to big up you guys for doing the show with me all the time.
Much appreciated.
Big up the fans, yo. Keep listening. I seen the views go up on a couple of them. I was like, word, yo. And isn't it? You know, we're not
progression.
big. Progression is always good for me. I love it. And
yes, sir.
Yo, with that being said, yo, that's another one in the raps. Ray No Morals.
I can't clap.
Ray No Morals and the engineer
from the
booth.
AVN Awards.
Big Ooze, the co-host.
Yes,
Lucas,
sir.
a.k.a. Lucasino. Holding
You
it
already.
down. We getting out of here, yo. Holla at you, boy.
Get at us.